All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Spelljammer 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign, Astral Agents and Boats. I am your GM, Kiwi, and we are roleINC, rolling through wild space once again with our soon-to-be fully fledged INC agents, but currently still cadets. Agent Boggs, can you introduce yourself, please?
Greetings, everyone. My name is Boggs, and I'm playing the role of Astral, the bounty hunter turned into an Aarakocra monk, who is currently in a bit of a predicament.
Yes, that is true. All right, Agent Goonie, can you introduce yourself, please?
Goonie reporting in for duty. I am playing Ace tonight. He is a half-elf lost boy who's found himself in the body of a Githyanki, and we're learning how to become spelljammers.
Beautiful. Agent Kabuki, introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Kabuki. I am playing a human barbarian named Astral, conscripted and put into a Leonin fighter body, and we'll see how things go tonight.
Excellent. Agent Wynn, introduce yourself.
Hey, yeah, I'm Wynn. I am playing Dr. Carey, a scribe wizard who is trapped in the body of a horrible bug creature, but who is getting better at piloting ships. She is currently in a helm, steering us into deep somewhere that I'm sure our GM will remember. Remind us in a few seconds.
We'll work on that. We'll try and figure it out together. All right, and Agent Viz, a beautiful surprise that you're with us here tonight. Introduce yourself to everyone.
Everybody, I'm Viz, or V-Islands. I'm playing Zominius, who is a fire genasi royalty trapped in the rat-like shifter body of a potentially eco-terrorist. And yeah, I'm going to get caught up, and we'll see. I'm super excited to be here, for sure.
Nice. Before we kick things off, we should probably mention that as Viz wasn't here with us last session, there was a moment that everyone agrees we need to establish as canon, where the head of the academy gave each of the group the opportunity to step into his wardrobe and select their outfit. The only restriction being that a red tie was necessary for field cadets to wear during their missions. So if you would like to tell us what is the outfit that Zominius would imagine for himself, the only caveat being you must include some type of red tie, which you can design however you like. So long as it's red and tieable, it works.
Cool. So I think Zominius is actually he's going to go for kind of a chic look. So he might step in, and then what would happen is he would be wearing what basically looks like a red, like a jumper or a romper. Do you guys remember the Summer of the Romp hymn? It's kind of like a romper, although it would be so like a one-piece jumper, pretty skin tight. I think it would have instead of it being a like a simple red tie, it might be like more like a part of the jumper itself. So like one strip of red cloth that comes up to the neck and then circles the neck almost like a choker. And then maybe a V that's maybe a little deeper than is appropriate or professional, and then arm length and ankle length, like sort of skin tight. I think crimson to match his whole color motif, crimson material. So
Wow.
Still a little chic, fashionable, but like also functional. He's not going to go for like a massive robe. He's like almost femme fatale a little bit.
Nice. So the actual, I'm imagining the whole suit is like this reddish scarlet kind of color that you've described. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Not not going for camouflage.
Right. He said, "Hey, it has to be red, right?"
No, only the necktie.
Oh no, he knows. But he's like, "Well, red was the prompt, so he went. I went for a maximalist approach a little bit."
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Well, although there wasn't a massive amount of action during the last session, there were many tidbits of information that were discovered, which will be important going forward. It's always good to remind ourselves of these important bits of information. So I'll pass it over to the crew again to drag from the recesses of your memory the important bits that you think everyone should keep in mind as we move forward with the adventure. Any volunteers, or shall I?
I guess I'll jump in. I mean, I guess the big, it doesn't seem quite relevant to exactly what we're doing right now, but the idea that the entire cosmos is tipping off balance, and the city of Sigil, which sits atop the central spire of all creation, is somehow about to fly off of its base. Seems like a generally important motivating principle for everything that's going to come. And Mert says we got to do something about it.
Excellent. So Mert brought you into his confidence with this information. Does anyone want to give some context to that conversation for Viz so that Zomenius can kind of imagine his role in that conversation?
Yeah, Mert definitely doesn't trust like Axel for one thing. He's starting to notice some patterns with. Oh, bye, baby. Go. He's starting to notice some patterns, like with the recruiting lately that has gone down. Like Axel is not someone that would be normally recruited. Hug and kiss. Bye, baby. Have a good night.
Dungeons and Dragons is a family game.
Yeah, of course.
So he's noticing that like the recruiting is not as normal as it should be. Like, I'm not a hero by any means whatsoever. He usually goes after, or the recruiting class usually goes after people that have done amazing things, like most of your characters. Unlike Axel, he's the one that's actually probably destroying some of the balance. So he would be one that would be taken out.
A salient point, absolutely. How did Mert reflect this not liking Axel or not trusting Axel?
He sent Axel out of the room, did not divulge any of the important information that the rest of the crew did, and was adamant about them not giving that information to Axel at the same time.
Nice. All right. Anyone like to share their perspectives on that situation to flesh it out for Viz?
So there was a rather lengthy process that Astral went through to basically uncover that there's a group of basically unscrupulous traders called the Mercanes, who, among other things, produce the best helms for spelljammers. And they trade to anybody. And Mert had dealings with them and then a falling out with them. And they may or may not be involved now. Could be a facade. We don't know. We'll find out, hopefully.
Okay, good. What does Mert think about that situation? Did he give his opinion? Anyone recall what Mert's opinion about that whole situation was?
Not favorable. He was not like. I mean, I think he lost his partner, and
he's done missions to try to actively steal things from the Mercane. He is not just like antagonistic, but is actively combating them.
Yes, and he also seemed to think that might be a smokescreen for something deeper, and that was when he started talking to you guys about the big situation, which began with explaining where you were parked at the center of the multiverse, next to the spire that holds up the center of creation, the city of doors sigil or sigil, however you prefer to pronounce it. What's he asked you to do? What was his ask? Those that remained in the room. Zumenius was requested to tell how you'd arrived there. That was one of the things, right? He asked each of you to explain how you ended up being recruited, and what was your general opinion of things at the agency. So Zumenius...
Actual things the agency shit.
We've assumed for Zumenius that you told your story and that was acceptable to Mert, and you remained in the room present for the entire conversation.
Mm-hmm. I think that makes sense.
There was, however, during that conversation, a request on his part. What was his request for those who remained in the room?
Was it to do the infiltration thing?
Yes, it was.
Okay, yeah. Basically, our mission is not the real mission, and our actual mission is to basically infiltrate the Mercanes and see what's actually going on. Like, are they really involved in this? Are they a smokescreen? What's going on here? And also, potentially, we could see if we could steal some technology, perhaps. But I don't think that was mentioned, but I just thought of that.
Nice. Just throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yes. So to whoever is involved in the sabotage that's been happening at the academy, to flush them out, essentially, and to, rather than confront them, infiltrate them and maybe learn the important threads that might unravel what is actually happening with the big picture of the center of the universe being unstable. Okay. Is there anything else regarding the general mission, the more basic mission that was told to everyone that you want to recap for Viz?
Well, it's important to note that Vina is on the ship with us, Tyrant, and she has to answer to us. Basically, her whole team is kind of our second. So I think that's crucial.
That whole crew, including Kevin.
We are not on a normal ship either. We are on a tyrant ship, which is in the shape of a beholder, and they're usually controlled by beholders. But we were able to commandeer the vehicle by using the Spelljammer throne.
Okay.
And locking it in place. Right now, we are still it's technically kind of like an enemy ship still, so we're still clearing it out, and that's kind of where we ended the last session with Estria down in the holodeck, and about to be seems like ambushed by some creepy crawlies, mechanical creepy crawlies. Yeah.
So gravity is wonky too. It's important to note.
Why does anyone remember why the detail of why you've been instructed to fly in a tyrant ship rather than a normal ship?
We're
we're going into enemy territory, so it's a way to kind of slip in unbeknownst to them at the same time.
Well, we're flying through basically Beholder space, Beholder realm, their home planet.
Okay, and the actual mission that the mission, the open mission, do you remember what it was? What you have to retrieve and why?
I do not.
Okay, so a chunk of adamantine has struck what's called the spindle or the fang in a planet called Hecatha. And adamantine is a key material in creating spelljamming thrones. So Mert believes that this is a perfect lure if the Mercane are involved. This is something certainly that they would be most interested to get their grubby little hands on, and believes this is an opportunity to flush out whoever might be behind the sabotage with such a tasty morsel to be recovered. Okay, so let me share the map with everyone. And I'll have you all roll initiative for me.
I'm rolling great tonight.
12.
Yeah.
Got a 6.
Yes, that's unfortunate for you, given your
Oh, yeah.
precarious situation.
Mhm.
But this is the moment for your companions to swoop in to support you, I'm sure. Okay, so Axel is positioned looking down this shaft from the command deck into the holodeck. The gravity makes this a weird view because essentially you're looking down the shaft at the roof of the next deck with these mounds of rubbish kind of piled around the entrance to the shaft. The bottom of the shaft is essentially coming out into the bottom of the room, so you wouldn't fall from the shaft through the space down onto the ground, which is the roof. You would crawl out and pull yourself up onto the floor, and the gravity will change at a certain point down that 30-foot shaft. So how does Axel respond to this situation?
He kind of knew that we were about to get attacked, though, right? Like the attacking was starting because Estria was down there.
You're hearing the noises and the clickings and the movement of the metals. Estria's teleported down and then moved out of view. You can see a little bit about halfway into the square, so about 2 foot at the edge of the hole, surrounding the hole, and that's all you can see because everything else is...
Okay, so he doesn't really know that battle's technically in starting, technically. So he's going to, after seeing Estria move out of sight, he's gonna say, "Estria, everything okay up there or down there? I don't know."
Yeah, I don't know if it's up or down neither, but no, things ain't okay. There's things that's moving in here. I don't like
I'm on my way. So he's gonna just like kind of the same thing as the other shaft. He's gonna try to maneuver, and he has a little bit of experience with the gravity change, so he's gonna try to go charge in there to help.
Okay.
Just to get bearing and things. So he's just gonna move into that location for now.
All right. So how are you going down the shaft exactly?
He's probably going to do the same thing he did before. He's going to use his claws. He's going to use his claws, retract them or extract them. I don't know the proper term, but
you're carefully climbing down. You're not leaping into the shaft as such.
Oh, no, he's technically going to leap, but he's going to use his claws to try to help with grip. So he's going to leap at however his at intervals, kind of like jumping from space to space.
Oh, okay.
Down the shaft.
How far are you letting yourself drop at each interval?
Let's say 10 feet each interval. Yeah.
All right. So the first drop is you're in control. Gravity seems all normal. So go ahead and make your first athletics check with that first drop. Yeah, it's slippery. You feel yourself drop, scrape, and kind of scraping down the wall rather than in control now. You've come into an out of control fall, and right about the center of the shaft, gravity flips around, disorienting you. But you've felt this before, as you mentioned. So make a Constitution saving throw with the vertigo of how difficult this becomes to slow your fall for you.
Oh, That works. I don't know why I put myself at disadvantage, but it still made it.
Because of the fall.
I just lost the nat 20 though. Yeah.
You've kept your bearings though, so you're going to be able to, as you're kind of falling now upwards almost, with the pace of your falls almost to your advantage because it's given you a greater velocity as though you've jumped up to try and reach now to pull yourself up. So make a athletics check with no disadvantage.
Cool. Sweet, I'll take it. 21.
Okay. So you're now in control. You're facing the right way instead of like facing upside down to be able to now crawl up out of the hole. But that will essentially
be my movement.
Yeah, at half speed, 15 foot of movement, so to speak, will take 30 foot of movement. So you've kind of had to double move, but you can pull yourself up to the edge of the shaft and be standing.
I should have a little bit extra movement because I have 45. Right?
Oh, you got 45 movement? Sure.
Yeah,
you can still move in that case. You can still move 15 feet.
All right, sweet. Do I see anything in my vicinity?
Yes, you do. So are you seeing yourself where you're on the map? Can you bring yourself over to Estria's part of the holodeck?
Yep, absolutely. He's going to end up right there.
Okay. So basically you're there and you can decide where you're going. As you're pulling yourself up and coming to stand, you can see emerging from the rubbish these thrycreen-like insectoid constructs, essentially, with these limbs ending in these rotating saws and like these little metallic clickers clicking away with these. You can even hear the mocking and the clicking, although it's metallic. You can hear this tone of mockery.
That's offensive.
One is very bulky and
perfect. That's the one he goes after, the biggest, baddest.
Okay.
Son of a bitch in there. He's like, party time! And then he's going to enrage and then go after that guy. It's the one to my right, I think, correct?
It is the one to your right, yes.
Perfect. Swing and a miss. 13.
Your greatsword's actually hit, but it has just done nothing. You feel it impact, and this creature just takes it. You feel the swords cut into the metal, but not into anything that's done anything significant. Like, you're not quite sure where to hurt this creature.
Okay.
All right.
And that would be my turn.
Ace.
All right, so by now I've heard just some things happening down there, up there. What I would like to do is jump, just leap into the hole, and when I get to like the spot where I can see, I want to Misty Step and try to get onto the ground basically instead of stumbling around trying to through. Like to kind of catch myself with that.
So you're essentially trying to drop all the way down the 30 foot? Is that what you're saying? And then when you can
basically, yeah. As soon, I want to drop as far as I can until I can see something, and then kind of poof over there.
Okay, you're gonna get
like I did
about a good view when you're about 5 foot from the edge. You're gonna start getting like a looking up kind of angle on a wider part of the room.
Okay.
So. All right, let's have that Constitution saving throw on that middle point when all of a sudden up is down.
Everything's all
yeah.
Right. Con save. Here we go. All right, so that
you keep your bearings.
I think I remember just jumping off the ship in trying to get the book from our last operation. I'm like, oh, it's just like that. It's gonna feel weird. I'm gonna land. I'm not gonna know what's up. And I'm just
Beautiful.
ready for it.
Okay.
Okay.
So give me an acrobatics check as you leap down to see how far you've propelled yourself upwards towards the edge, essentially.
Perfect. Yeah. Ah.
It's fallen a little bit
11.
short. Like the speed of your fall was a little bit cautious. So you're probably about 10 foot as you feel your jump essentially starting to slow down. Like you're going to start going back down the other way again.
Okay. And I don't want that. So I think that's when I would will myself to appear up kind of. Can I see the top? Not
You
10 feet away?
you can see the top, but you're gonna have to appear on the edge because you
At
don't
the
have
edge?
the angle yet.
Yeah, I think at this point I would just be like, I want to get up there to be standing. I'll take what I can get,
Okay.
and yeah, I'll burn that Misty Step for the day.
Okay.
Let's see, can I- Cool.
So they're like standing in like garbage.
Yes, they're standing in a lot of metallic garbage. It's rough cut metals. There's visible limbs, arms, legs, robotic-looking arms and legs scattered about the place. Wires, shards, chunks, cut off bits of plate. It's actually a nightmare to move around in the space. So
Cool.
It's all difficult terrain.
Okay.
Unless you want to make an acrobatics check to move at full speed, which upon failing you'll hurt yourself, like ripping your flesh on the shards of metal.
Would I have any movement left after that jump?
Yes,
I have
because
30.
essentially I'm going to count that as like you've let yourself fall, in a way.
That was kind of the intention.
Yes.
Right. Cool. So in that case, I will move in to engage this one just right here, and I'm going to try to hit him with my rapier and hopefully sneak attack since there's nobody else by him.
Oh.
Okay, cool. So I'm dancing around, trying to get in where he can't see me. I do. And I just try to stick at a joint because I don't know what these things are. So I'm just kind of stabbing at one of his joints, trying to find some kind of weakness in this metal bug thing.
And you certainly do. There's certainly a sizzle of sparks as your pointy rapier gets in between some gaps and hits something important.
Is that one square?
Yes, you've faced off a square, chunky one, much more square head and square mandible, jaw set, squarish chest, and there's a third one across the room, which is embarrassingly small compared to the other two, and has a real attitude about it.
That happens. Okay. Well, that's my turn.
All right,
Glad that I
Zemenius.
hit.
Okay, so the shaft is it from my perspective of gravity, it's down. So is it falling and then climbing out as it reverses?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not super confident that he'll be able to do a controlled fall. So he's gonna look over to the doctor and say, "Doctor, are we really supposed to go in there, or do you think we can leave it to them?"
I'm not going anywhere. I've got to steer the ship. But as a general principle, letting our shipmates get murdered is sort of a con in the grand scheme of piloting ships. That's my stake.
I suppose so, and I do suppose I have a responsibility now. So he is going to jump. He's just gonna jump in.
As the captain of a ship.
Yes, I know. Yep. He's gonna jump in.
You can choose to do that with either athletics or acrobatics.
He's going to use acrobatics. Okay, and that's a 13.
Possibly. But let's see how at that certain point your constitution roll goes, if you manage to deal with the sensation of vertigo right in the middle that disorients you or not. So it's looking good. Except you get turned up around the wrong way, so I'm going to need a disadvantage roll on the acrobatics.
Okay. Disadvantage.
So just one more acrobatics. We'll take the lower.
Let's go.
All
Okay,
right.
so still pretty much same, 14 out of 13.
It's good enough. It's good enough to have pressed yourself onto a wall stretched out between the two. You're still about at that 10 foot area from the edge, so you're going to have to do some climbing to actually get up and get out of there.
Okay.
So that's going to take you a decent amount of your movement, but let's see if with a athletics check how well that goes.
Okay. So yeah, he jumps down. He manages to make it, and like you could see him like kind of go as he gets to the edge, but he rights himself and he grabs onto the wall, and he's going to try and climb himself out. And he rolls a 3 total, so takes him a long time if he even makes it.
Yeah, I'm going to say you can't quite figure out how to advance. You're like stuck there. Like, how do I move my hand to get up? There's a sensation of like downwards now is back where Dr. Carey is up on the command deck. You're safe, but you haven't actually advanced at all towards the lip. Not with your movement. You can spend your other action to retry though. So that would be all of your movement, not advancing.
Okay. Yeah. He is going to. I think he's gonna. He's going to stay there for a moment, and then. Let me see real fast. Look at this. He's going to. I'm just thinking if I need line of sight for this spell. Okay, so I don't know if I need line of sight for bless. It doesn't say in the spell. It says you just bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range.
Okay.
So
what does it say on the casting? Is it just is it only require like
it requires
spoken?
full. No, it requires verbal and somatic and material.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right in your current position, like you can't make the movements required to actually cast that. You're tricky little hanging on inside the shaft, spread eagled from one wall to the other. Because the shaft's actually quite big, so
Okay.
and it's not designed to be climbed. It's a beholder's shaft, so there's only some rugged points, but it's fairly smooth as well, so it's quite tricky to climb.
Okay. So, in that case, what he is going to do then, is he's going to call out. He's
rope?
going to. Yeah. Well, he's going to be like, someone give me a little help when you have a chance, and then he's also going to say, now, Estria, it'll be all right. We're here to help you out now. So just do your thing, and we believe in you, all right? And as he says that, there's a shimmer of like heat shimmers around Estria as she feels the bardic inspiration land on her. But in addition, as that air is shimmering, there's suddenly out of like the ether, there's a shape that forms, and it's the form of a butterfly made completely of fire, and it's just flying and fluttering around Estria as a moat of potential arises around her.
Oh,
And that's his new ability as a bard of creation, which is the subclass that he took.
cool.
So Estria has a bardic inspiration, and however she uses that, it'll have different effects, which I'll tell you more later. And then for he's gonna ready an action to use vicious mockery if any of the creatures come into. He sees any of the enemies from his point in the shaft. He's gonna use vicious mockery. It's only a verbal, so
Okay,
and that's his turn.
Okay, nice. All right, so the square fellow with Ace jabbing it in its sensitive parts is going to
Have at thee.
snap at you with his mandibles and then come at you with each of its rotating sores.
All right. That was.
Oh, a natural 1. As it came at you with its first sore attack and overbalanced its chunky body with the mandible bite, how did Ace move out of the way exactly?
I'd probably do a spin and throw it a taunt. Like, is that all you have? Maybe like a little skip back a foot.
It puts too much effort into its first sore attack and it's overbalanced itself and gotten snagged within a large area of wires that it can't pull the sore out. It spends it's the moment of attack to cut itself free, losing its opportunity to follow up with its other hand, or rotating sore in this case. The big chunky one met with Axel's charge responds similarly, diving at your neck with its snapping mandibles and following with 2 slicing sore attacks.
Then they attacked 3 times. Huh?
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Upstairs, Dr. Carey.
All right. How easy is it for me to communicate with people on the ship from the helm?
Well,
I mean, I have the message cantrip, so I can definitely communicate. But is that a built-in feature of the helm otherwise to just kind of talk to people on the ship?
Certainly not this tyrant ship, no.
Okay.
So, whereas that might be a greater design of an ink ship, where they've facilitated that ability, your message cantrip's going to be vital to be able to do that in this case.
Right. Then message doesn't actually require line of sight; it just requires sort of knowing where people are. And so I'm going to use my action casting the message cantrip to Mr. Ryback down on the first floor to communicate that there's intruders on the ship in the central hold. I think I only get 25 words. There's a central hold. Access is from the command deck up here. We are in combat.
Okay. All right.
And I'm sure that was exactly 25 words.
It was perfect.
You are able to change your perception to different parts of the ship, though, to be able to gain line of sight if you were to do that, but you don't have to in this case if you want to keep focused on what's happening on the combat.
Right. Yes, I would like to sort of know what's going on, but communicate at the same time.
Okay.
And I don't think he gets any response back from that, and that's a full action spell.
I think
message can.
Yeah.
I thought they replied, right?
Yeah, I think message you can. I don't think it has the
Well,
25.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to get a phone call back.
Yeah, they can reply.
Text.
Phone a friend.
Okay.
Yes, can hear and can reply. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Then, in that case, you get the affirmative response from Ryback saying, understood. Sending cadets up the shaft now. I'm gonna get dinner on. It's gonna be delicious. But I'm sure Fred and Kurtik will be a great assistance. Good luck.
Oh, not Kurt.
Nice.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did. Okay.
I heard. Okay. The little aggressive one is going to shoot 2 lightning bolts across the room with its from its little swords and just shoot them straight at Estria.
Okay, then.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a thing.
The first is sent in the correct direction, but
Ha!
only just. A glancing touch of electricity scorches a wing.
I smell burning feathers.
All right, over to you, Estria.
All right. Yeah, Estria is going to use her action to shoot at the clickety clacker that is engaging Ace right now. Oh wait, here it is. As a 27.
Nice.
Ooh, wow.
Nice.
And I will do that. That is 14 damage.
All right, a shot rings out. A chunk of the Clockwork horror flies off. Doesn't look like an essential part, but it looks like an important part. Bringing us back to Axel.
After taking the hits from the brawny Clockwork, he starts laughing. I'll show you a real hit, and he's going to attack him again. Yes. What great rolls.
It's a decent hit. It's a decent hit. It could have been much worse, but the clicking back, there seems to still be some responding to your tone of who's the toughest from the brawny Clockwork. Ace.
All right. So I'm feeling bolder now that this guy is this thing is messed up in front of me. I'm kind of laughing and having fun now. Before it was like
that was not a mistake.
before I didn't know what was going on. It's pretty serious now. I'm just going to attack again while I'm laughing. Nice. Since nobody else is around him, no friend attack. He can't quite see what I'm doing because I'm dancing around like a madman.
Ooh,
Just
man.
sticking him.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take any actions. I'm just going to stay where I am and kind of laugh at him.
As your rapier goes in the same spot and kind of jabs in again, you kind of hear like some powering down. You've heard this Clockwork horror.
Ah,
Zemenius.
he's gonna try and climb out
Okay.
of the shaft. Do I need to make a roll for that, or would I have if I just take my time? Like, could I do it with double movement?
Yeah, if you took your whole turn to get out, then I would just say no. Then no rolls necessary.
Should
Well,
we-
not my whole turn. I mean my whole movement.
So for
Or
10
if
foot,
I just want to use my movement, I'd have to roll for it.
yes, it's a really tricky wall to climb. Yeah, it's not designed to be climbed at all.
Right.
Should have helped.
Okay,
All right.
so
12.
you're just at the edge now. You're like hanging on the edge of the shaft, but pulling yourself up onto your feet would disqualify you from acting. So what do you want to do from there? You could probably hang on and free one hand now, though.
Okay. Yeah, he would. From there, he is going to. He will, yeah, climb out and kind of look around, see the situation, see the one that Ace is fighting looks pretty, looks a little pretty damaged, and he is going to reach forward and let me just look at the. I need.
Ooh,
Um.
Hazel, you okay, buddy?
Okay, yeah. So he's gonna reach forward, say something in like the guttural, ignan language, the language of the primordial flame of fire, and snap his fingers, and there's suddenly a plume of bonfire raises up beneath that creature as he casts create bonfire beneath it. So it needs to make a. Actually, I can do that. It's gonna have to make a dex save. So that is Mr. Square here. Ooh, okay, so it fails. So he takes. Alright, just takes 2 points of fire damage.
Which one did you put it under? Sorry, the
one that Ace is fighting with.
okay.
That's square, right?
The damaged one, yeah. The badly damaged one. Okay, so you're to be able to have your action though. You're still like clinging onto the edge, so you're like
Yeah, he's still holding on to the edge. So he's holding on to the edge. He just sees it. He says, "All right, you look like the one," and snaps and says something kind of like dark and gravelly, and there's a flame suddenly lights up, and only singes it, but it still does burn. And that's the end of his turn. Yeah,
Nice.
he will. Hold on. Everyone else looks okay. He sees like the little butterfly flying around Estria, and he's like, he doesn't really know his own power yet. He's like, what is that? And that's his turn.
Okay. So the wounded Clockwork horror is going to go into a frenzy and try its very best to remove this creature that is tearing it apart with its pointy stick. But he's nimble. He won't stay still.
Ooh.
One of the slashing
one
mad
misstep.
saws managed to scrape across the flesh of Ace.
That's fair. Everyone gets one.
Does it move out of the flame?
It does not move out of the flame.
All right, then it has to make, as it's standing there, kind of just wailing on him. It has to make another dexterity save.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
This one it crushes. So fine.
It
fine.
seems to have lost its mind from the
All
damage
right.
that it's taken. It's just standing there with the flames coming up around the sides of it, just trying to murder Ace without thinking that the flames are going to hurt it. And its metallic body seems to be the reason why it thinks that, but Zemenius has seen the first damage, did something, scorching, it's leaving blackened marks around the leg.
A little something. It's okay.
The big chunky one is going to continue its bitter duel with the roaring axle with very loud clicks.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Two D4s.
Catches Axel across the jaw, but he barely feels it. He's had worse. And that would bring us back to Dr. Carey.
All right. Well, Dr. Carey is going to use. She's sort of messaging and talking on her phone with one eye and looking at the combat in the central chamber with the other. And I'm going to use my navigator skill of omnipresence to cast one of my cantrips against the square Clockwork Horror, the one who's assaulting Ace and burning. Does Create Bonfire last for more than a round?
I think it's concentration.
Yeah, it's concentration. It lasts for a minute.
Well, I don't know if Carrie would know that anyways. Let's finish the thing. I'm going to cast that against the square. Oops. So I believe I can grab that and put it on the square man. So I cast that zap.
Nice.
And no, they saved. Bad. So a ray of ice sort of manifests out of nowhere and blasts towards this one that is harrying ice. But I think that the bonfire sort of didn't calculate properly that shooting ice into a bonfire is actually not the best strategy in the world. So that has no effect.
The ice just kind of melts off the superheated metal.
I could have thought about that a little bit more. It's hard to steer. It's hard to steer and talk and shoot at once.
It's all right, Doctor. You're doing your best.
Oh, absolutely. You're also aware that the Tyrant is just like hurtling at mind-numbing speeds through the Astral Sea as well at the same time. So it's
we're like in like Star Wars warp speeds or.
Absolutely.
It's kind of wild up here, actually.
Oh, man.
The little one, seeing that the clicks of its friends is getting desperate, is actually going to fire its 2 lightning bolts at Ace to try and support the destruction of the pointy stick man. A crackle of energy comes past Ace's ear. And the second one hits him in the kidneys.
Didn't see that one coming.
A nasty tickle up and down the spine. Estria.
Estria's gonna look over at that lightning bolt one and be like, you know what? I've had enough of you. And she's gonna swing her rifle and aim at the little one, shooting the lightning. I'm going to use that Bardic Inspiration real quick. It's a D6, right?
Yeah, it's a D6.
So that's a total of 14.
It hits, but it just pings off this very hard surface. You can tell that the pellet did not sink in or reach any vital parts. This very hard to damage creature.
So as that, as Estria sort of makes use somehow instinctively of the Bardic Inspiration, the butterfly actually flies along with the arrow, and as it impacts, the butterfly flies into the creature, and it blows briefly before exploding. And
what?
There's a thunderous crack as the small little clockwork creature has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. Where are my saves?
What kind of bard are you again?
Bard of Creation.
A cool one,
Oh, no.
apparently.
Pretty cool one. Okay. Well, so it makes a save. So nothing. So it basically that happens, explodes, but it braces itself against that little explosion, and takes no damage.
Okay. All right.
Damn, I want to
It's small, but it makes up for its size in trying to be the baddest one in the room, like the big guy.
That's great.
He's not the boss in here. It's the little one. It's shooting fireworks.
Yeah, that's the boss.
Yeah, it's always the little one. It always is.
All right.
So Axel, after taking the hit on the chin, kind of just like turns around, looks at him, smiles, and nods, and then continues his attack. Really getting into it.
Ooh.
Better damage, a little bit better.
All right. Describe it for us as you are able to cut through this very thick armor into something that you can tell hurts it.
So after he takes the hit and he smiles, he notices that those spindly legs are just a little bit thinner than the rest of his upper body, and takes out some of the legs with a great swipe of his great sword.
All right. This quad pod is now a tripod. It's lost one of its legs. And you can see as you kind of like nodded at its cut on the chin, it kind of goes back at you. All right. Ace.
Are you muted?
Okay, so I'm just shaking off. I've been hit a couple of times now, so I'm looking to end this pretty quick. Bobbing and weaving. Going to just keep attacking. Same thing I've been doing. Okay. And I'm going to just aim for the same spot. Just keep driving that sword point right in there. Almost. And then gonna look over down at the hole and say, so do you need a hand? And if he wants, I will move over and help him up. Or actually, no, I won't be able to do that.
Oh yeah, but I think flavor wise, he will reach out his hand. So maybe when his turn comes around,
there's a grasp as things are momentarily paused there.
Yeah.
As behind Ace, this kind of creature just kind of like curls out, just plonks down in amongst the junk. Zemenius. If you want, you can move yourself over to the action as well on the map if you like.
Okay, yeah. Now he can. So he's going to be right here, and I guess pull himself. Can he pull himself up now to the edge?
Yeah, just half your movement speed now.
Okay, so yeah, pull himself up, grasp Ace's hands, stand up, and like, ugh. And then he's going to look around, and I think he's going to. He's gonna looks like it's pretty in hand. So what he's going to do is he's going to say the same thing again, snap his fingers and cast Create Bonfire underneath the small creature, the small little critter now. And he's also going to move, I think, closer to Estria, just to glance over and say, "Are you okay?" As the kind of flame jumps up underneath this little guy, who makes the save. He makes the save. Doesn't take any damage this round, but he will be forced to move at least, or not if they don't want to. And that is his turn for now. He's gonna conserve his energies.
All right.
That little guy's a boss.
The dueling brawny Clockwork horror is going to do his best to impress Axel. Reply. Finally gets his mandibles on the Leonin. Grabbing Axel's brawny muscular arm, biting down hard. His sores kind of come in for, as he's holding down with the bite, to go in for the guts.
Woo! Wow.
He's trying to get,
Oh,
he's
oh,
trying to get
oh,
another 20 on me.
We all saw that, right? We all saw that.
Yeah.
That was a
Jeez,
cocked dice.
liver.
Are we rolling that again? I'm sure that was a cocked. The first saw kind of comes in the ribs, and Axel instinctively moves out of the way of the other saw that was coming straight for the groin. It was a low blow. It was dirty fighting at its worst. Dr. Carey.
All right, so Dr. Carey. All right, so I'm not going to be able to communicate. So Dr. Carey says to herself, "All right, Axel, you got to just stand still for a second, and this should work all right." Of course, you can't hear that. I'm gonna cast Sword Burst, and I'm gonna center it on Axel. So Axel is just doing his sort of combat thing, and then all of a sudden around him, just like springing up on all sides, like literally 360 degrees around you. These mantis like arms like appear and start like grasping and spinning and slashing in every direction around you. And I'm going to cast the Sword Burst on the brawny Clockwork creature. And it failed to save, so I'm going to do that many damages. One damage.
Wow.
And you hear Carrie say, those are supposed to be swords! What is happening?
Nice. It's still, one of them managed to dig into like the stump of one of its legs, and there's a moment of from the clicking Clockwork horror. The tiny one is not going to hang around with that flame underneath its quadpods, and it's going to run through the maze of chunky metal scrap with perfect grace, as though it's run around this space a million times and knows its way, unconcerned for the danger of snagging on any of the metal, and is going straight for Estria, taking obvious offense at being shot at, and scratching his perfect metallic surface with your bullet.
All right, bring it on, you little bugger.
Its snapping mandibles miss your wing. The rotating saws follow in with gut shots, cutting across the stomach. The other going for the knee. One moment your knee's there, the next it's not. Estria.
Oh, you don't have to take that off.
Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, since it's so close, Estria is going to look down and be like, all right, you want to play a little fisticuffs? I could play. And she's going to use her monk claw attack. It was almost a natural 20, but instead it's a 2. Which turns
I
into
know
an 8.
how that feels. I know how that feels. Can relate.
So now that we're back at the top of the order, I'm going to ask: Can Carrie either see or hear the reinforcements coming up one of the tubes?
Yes, she can sense, if you change your perspective there are 2 people making their way up the rope stairs as such at the moment.
They're going half. Are they going difficult terrain, sort of half speed climbing?
They are.
People need to learn levitate.
Not everyone can be a wizard. Axel.
So Axel, after dodging that low blow, just growls menacingly and he says, "You bastard!" and tries to do the same exact thing to him. So close. It goes for a general uppercut to his nether regions as well.
The now tripod kind of folds in on itself. There's a spray of black oil kind of comes out from where you're struck as well. Kind of stains the ground around him.
Yes.
Ace.
All right, this is it. Here we go again. I'm bored of you now, Bugman. Damn. And
Oh, the one next to you is dead. It's down.
oh, it's
now.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
I mean, we're keeping that roll, but you can.
yeah, of course. That's only fair. I'm gonna move though. I'm not gonna just stand here. It's difficult to grain unless I roll acrobatics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna roll acrobatics to see if I can get my full movement.
13 is the magic number. Okay.
Yeah.
Full speed.
All right, 14. Okay, so Axel, do you need help?
This fight is mine!
That's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure. So 5, 10. I'm gonna move over and help out with the boss fight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then I stab at him, but he's a small guy. I just kind of miss.
Yes. He's
That-
small
that
and
will be it.
fast. He senses you coming and ducks out of the way.
He's
And nips his
Ah,
little mandibles at you menacingly now that he's
a
surrounded.
worthy opponent.
Zemenius.
That little guy's the boss anyways, so.
Dominius is going to, the little guy runs up. Dominius, this time he claps his hands, and the bonfire comes up right where he's standing, as he's cornered now. He's like, where do you think you're going? And casts create bonfire underneath him. Nice. This time fails.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nowhere to
taking
run.
7 points of damage. The flame suddenly is like catching on to you see some of the metal getting a little red as it catches something underneath him. And that is his turn. He's gonna stand there. You see the flame reflecting in his eyes and almost maybe there's some almost like some of that fire gymnastic coming through the body. Absolutely small. Yeah. And that's his turn.
Okay, lovely. The terribly wounded brawny Clockwork horror tries to regather its dignity as it stands back upright and snaps at Axel's neck with its mandibles. It's a slow, jerky movement, unnatural now, as much of its oil is missing from the fluids that it needs to move itself correctly. This jerky swords come at Axel as well, stabbing kind of haphazardly, not in full control of itself. Just Dr. Carey.
All right, I'm done with this fancy stuff. We're just zapping this thing into the scrap heap. And I'm just going to cast Firebolt on the one that Axel is dealing with, the brawny one. So fire comes out of nowhere with 26 to hit. All right, that seems good to me.
Nice.
So I will do 5 fire damage to the brawny Clockwork horror.
So from this kind of mucus-like wall, just this fire arrow just emerges, explodes into the back of this creature. It's going.
Oh, is it mucusy? I hadn't noticed that from up here. Oh, gross.
The tiny one sees that the source of this burn is Zemenius, and it leaps at the bard with its mandibles. Oof.
Oof.
All right. Let me make a con save. It should be automatic. Nice.
The fire
Hurts him. He
consumes-
doesn't lose concentration.
He's gonna follow up with his rotating swords. One catches Zemenius across the arm.
Oh, he hits pretty a lot.
And
Nice.
still
Keeps
he
the flame.
burns.
This is nothing.
Astral.
Estria is going to. Yeah, she's gonna punch it again and be like, I think it's time we took you apart.
He also fails to save for standing in the flame.
There's a 12
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. A 12 is not enough. You feel
Yeah,
your claws strike the metal and just aren't able to find anything vulnerable within it.
Okay.
Small and heavily armored. Axel.
Is it enough? Holy crap, that's not enough? Damn.
Just as the horror turns to look at the wall to what the hell just shot me from behind, your greatsword strikes. Tell us your surprise as this, what should have been a mighty blow, ricochets off.
I think at the same time when the brawny clockwork like turns, that missing leg kind of drops him down at a little bit of an angle when he was coming for a cross right across his neck and just totally misses him.
I'd say it definitely hits, but maybe it's just come across his back rather than his neck, and it's kind of like
Okay, yeah, maybe
scraped
just
off.
a glancing blow, yeah, and scrapes off his back. Yeah, okay,
Nice.
let's do that then.
Okay. Ace.
Damn, level 5, why aren't you here
All
yet?
right.
Second attack.
Not long now. Not long now.
So this little guy in the fire, he's okay. Well, he's quick. You're fast as me, I see. Thrust at him
Wait
with
a
the sword
second.
and
What was that? What's that roll exactly? You just rolled a d20.
yeah, it meant to be an attack roll. That's
Okay,
right.
what's your attack modifier?
So yeah, that's right. Damn.
+8, so it's a 17. That is a miss. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh yeah. So I'm a little embarrassed, hoping not everybody saw that. I know he's fast.
So
And,
is that what happened? The little guy's just like nipping around much faster than expected.
Yeah, he's in the fire. He's kind of hopping around. I just mistimed my blow and completely missed him.
All right, a formidable boss, Zemenius.
Yes.
Zemenius is just going to disengage here and back up. It's 15 feet, and that's going to be his turn. He's going to keep it simple for now. That's his turn.
Okay. All right, Dr. Carey.
Oh, you skipped Brawny, no?
Oh, he's still alive, isn't he? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay, so he kind of, as the greatsword comes off his back, kind of turns around and jumps out at you with his mandibles again. Little by little, the scratches are starting to add up on Axel.
Nice.
A nip, a cut, a miss. Some of the honor seems to have made his movements momentarily more fluid. All right, Dr. Carey.
All right, now I'm up. All right. Well, I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna bounce to this. I want this creature sort of looking back and forth, look lion to fiery pus nodule. So I'm gonna zap again with a firebolt at the brawny horror, and that one zips by with nary a singe.
It seemed almost to be waiting for it, like looking around. Are the walls gonna get me? And there's a point in the wall emerged there, kind of like ha ha, and ducks aside.
Good strategist. Good strategist does the unexpected. We'll do it next time.
The little one, seeing Zemenius retreat, is also going to back up out of the bonfire, and from there continue to attack Estria. Now that Zemenius is out of its reach, certainly return to the source of the scratch on its chest. The mandibles bite down hard, catching the thigh. The sores dig in, more blood splurts onto the junk. But the second sore attack is predictable. Estria moves aside.
Okay. Question, and if it doesn't work out, I'm just gonna do a claw attack. Would I be able to like basically just grab this thing and do like a slam dunk into the fire with it?
You could grab it and pull it back into the fire, definitely.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to attempt that.
Okay, so grapple check.
Nice.
That is strength.
I believe so. Yeah, it's athletics.
Athletics.
You have athletics.
Okay.
Damn.
Ah!
Wow.
That little bastard's tough.
Tell
was
us
quick.
Tell us what that looks like there, Boggs, as you grab what looks like a, really embarrassingly small version of these.
Yeah. So I think what it looks like is basically Estria is gonna try to go in for like I think she was gonna try to like pin it with her foot basically to like get in place and then grab it and try to like toss it back in the fire, but she's just like stepping all over the place like trying to get it, and it's just zipping around like taunting her at the same time probably.
Nice. Okay, Axel.
Sorry.
Damn.
You missed again. This one-on-one is not going very well.
How is this nearly dead Clockwork horror gaining territory?
He's noticed that the reach of my greatsword has put him at a great disadvantage in the normal fight, so he kind of boxes up inside of his reach and makes it kind of difficult for him to get a full momentum swing to pierce his heavy armor. So it's just like glancing off of him because he doesn't have good momentum.
Love it. Ace.
All right. Do little. Nice, nat 20. So I
There
get
we
sneak
go.
attack
There we go.
bonus because
Uh-oh.
it's distracted by Estria.
It should calculate it all for you. So you
Yeah,
just
do
have
it
to-
automatically if you just do your attack as usual. This.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's a lot of dice.
Jesus.
Describe
So I
that for
finally
us,
got
there,
it.
Goonie.
I finally get a beat on this little guy's movements. Move that over. Finally see it. I've been studying it. Jumps this way. Oh, it's ducking. Oh, it has a little. And then finally I just predict right as it's going to go and just stab directly down right into its a joint of its metallic body. Like, haha, got you.
You see it like coughs, and just like the spray of black comes out of its between its mandibles, and its attention is now squarely on you. Zemenius.
Worthy opponent.
Look, it's still up.
It is. It's making a comeback.
You're muted, Liz.
Zaminius is going to reach back, and an orb of flame appears in his hand. And he'll throw it. He will throw it at. He'll throw it at the big guy this time, and try and help out Axel. So he's going to throw a glob. Yeah, that's what he'll do. Sorry. Produce flame. Here we go. And he's going to miss, binging the mucousy wall. And then he's also going to say, "That's all right now. You got this, Axel. Look at this thing. It's already barely alive. Cut it in half." And give him a bardic inspiration. That butterfly appears and starts flying slowly around him.
Nice.
And that's his turn.
The horror tries to take advantage of the moment that Axel kind of feels this floaty, fiery butterfly join him in battle. But rather than distract Axel, it makes you see the incoming blows, and you step out of two of them. One manages to graze you once again. But it's kind of just a pull back on your fingernail almost. Dr. Carey.
Not my nail.
If Zaminius is taking care of that one, maybe I can slow down the squirrely one. And so another weird pustule opens up out of the wall, but this time one of my rays of frost comes out. I'm going to cast Frostbite against the... Alright, does 15... No, it saves. Ugh, yet again. The fire... Is he still on fire?
No, but he's still hot from standing in the bonfire for a while.
Zaminius, we need to coordinate when we're done with this. I mean, space, Jesus Christ, you know.
I hear you. We can work out our organizational plans later.
You're just calling from this tube. They're like really distant conversations.
Yeah. I go for the left one.
Oh, the little one spins and replies with a nasty bite. Well, not that nasty, really, but you know, it got under the skin, drew some blood. The sores come swinging after.
Yeah.
Cutting into Ace,
Oh,
one then the other.
Okay. I see you there.
Estria.
Okay. Is the bonfire still between me and Ace?
I believe so.
Second question. Would I be able to do like a wall run around the Clockwork Horror to go to the other side and next to Ace? With a check.
I think you can literally go through the bonfire because it's only if you end your turn there.
No. If you enter it, when you enter it, it hurts.
Oh, it does. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that sounds cool. So if you want to do that, let's say that's difficult terrain for a start, but not slipping. We'll make an acrobatics check to make sure you don't slip and fall into a jagged corner when you come down from the wall, so to speak.
Makes sense. These rolls tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you've pulled it off, but you've come down and caught your body there on a jagged strip of metal. It's just a wee cut, but enough to feel it, given your already kind of hurt state. So.
Would I still be able to use an action?
Yeah, that's just a movement.
Okay, cool. I will use Cure Wounds on Ace.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Hang on. There we go. That's a nice little 7.
Nice.
I'm just like, here, partner. Looks like you could use a hand.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I feel better already.
Some of the blood from the cuts and scrapes stops flowing. Axel.
Ooh.
Nice. With Zozo's inspiration and the butterfly like flying around him, he's able to see his target a little better.
Damn.
Still not enough to take him out.
There's a moment where there's like a and he powers himself through sheer will through the brutal damage he's taken to not lose this duel. Ace.
Wait,
Tougher than I thought.
doesn't the inspiration do something though?
Only if he uses it, but he didn't have to use it, so it's okay.
Okay. Well, this little clockwork monstrosity has my full attention now. I'm doing the fancy bobbing and weaving and dancing and twirling, just trying to kill him. And
Just out of interest, just roll a d20 and try to roll above a 5.
all right. I'm sorry, Astriaphus. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a terrible miss. So tell us what happened, but nothing untoward.
Right. So it got in my head. Those last few hits, they got me pretty close. I didn't want to show it, but now I'm thinking about it, and I guess hesitate at the last second, and he moves. Isn't where I thought it would be. Completely whiff.
Getting inside your own head, that's never good. Zemenius.
It's not good.
So Minius is going to step forward to here, and he's going to look at the big guy and say, "You're pathetic." Why don't you just drop down already and use vicious mockery on him? Damn, geez, their saves are so crazy right now.
Their saves have been good tonight. Yeah.
The creature seems to have understood you. His head kind of jerks towards where Zemenius is standing, and it slowly raises one rotor blade as if it was trying to pull the fingers.
That is his turn then. Yeah, that's his turn.
All right, so let's see how much offense it took there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to continue his duel with Axel. 5, 6. It's going to try and get some spiteful nastiness on Zemenius.
Spicy.
Oh.
It seems to have taken it to heart, and it snaps with its jerky, funky movements. Oh! And it's overextended itself, opening up an opportunity for Axel to make an opportunity attack as it's stumbled across the middle.
On.
I'll use the Bardic Inspiration too.
That will be a hit. 18 is a hit.
You're fighting me! And just from behind, just splits him right in half.
All right. No clicks, no nothing. It's destroyed before it can even react.
You see Zemenius is like sweating. He's like, thank you, Axel. I was scared. I was worried there for a moment.
Dr. Carey.
So you can sort of hear Carrie doing her usual muttering fretfulness. She's sort of like, I just gotta. Okay, if I just take this new angle, and then she just for a moment she sort of shifts her perceptions to be sort of looking out of her actual eyes, and she looks to the tunnel where people climbing up, and she says, "Where's our backup? You mags need to be up here now, double time!"
All right, is that intimidation?
Yes, that's
All right,
intimidation.
have advantage with it though. Have advantage with intimidation.
Dr. Carey's serious right now.
All right, that is a 19 on intimidation.
As you're looking at the two climbing up the gelatinous plasmoid and the Thrycreen, they kind of look around, like they start powering up double time, and they will now arrive with that G up and pull themselves up into the end of the shaft and run towards where the throne is stationed and say, "Sir, yes, sir, reporting. What's the situation? Where we're going?"
Down the hole! This pace isn't acceptable on our ship!
Down the hole! Down the hole! All right. And the plasmoid just like leaps into the hole. Let's see how well his athletics goes. I'll add the modifier in my head. He kind of panics. He kind of panics. Ooh! He's just gone past the gravity and then clings to a wall like 15 foot down from the shaft. Rope! Slipping! Rope! The little Clockwork horror is intent on ending Ace. There's
Come at me, bro.
there's something personal about it now.
Mhm.
Go lay down.
Snaps out its mandibles as a feint, and as soon as Ace falls into the rhythm of dodging, the mandible just dives forward right to where Ace is with his two swords and cuts him some new wounds. Estria.
Astria is going to, as the little bugger is diving with the saws to attack Ace, she's gonna use that as an opportunity to basically do like a kind of like a roundhouse kick, trying to smack it away. There we go. That is a 23.
Clocks it.
And that turns into a 9 damage.
I haven't seen that. It's cool.
It spins its head around far too far, and you hear like the joints and things stretch nicely, like the metal kind of bend, and its head kind of comes around, but it's saggy now, and just like one of those things that you get in the cars with like a bobble head, constantly like this.
I think as Astria like turns or like brings her leg back, she does that like martial arts kick where she just kind of like brings it up and then like bends it up and then like slowly puts it down. Like,
Nice.
come at me.
Axel.
Instead of like I technically have javelins, but instead of throwing a javelin, could I like just cut off the Brawny's arm right there and throw that at the other one instead?
You wouldn't be able to cut its arm off, but you did cut its a leg
Or
off
could I just take-
earlier. You could pick up its
Yeah.
leg and throw it. I will
Okay,
allow
perfect.
that.
Sweet.
It's
Yeah, that's
not,
what he's gonna do.
it's not shaped like a javelin. Let's say that your ability with javelins is going to negate the disadvantage. So I'll give you a normal throw on it with an improvised object.
Sweet.
But I'll give you some cool damage if it hits.
Do I need to do a normal check or my
It'll be
javelin attack?
improvised. I think it's just you and your strength, basically, with no proficiency.
Okay.
So,
So athletics or just strength check?
just a strength check, yeah. Strength check.
Oh, why did it do that? Oh, because of my.
Yeah, no, it's right. You're raging. So.
That's your raging.
Oh, you're not
raging.
attacking though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, he attacked last turn, so it would still be in effect, I think.
I was still being enraged.
Oh, you're
right?
absolutely enraged. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this chunk of leg smashes into it, and that's going to be 2d6 plus your strength damage instead of the normal 1d6 of a javelin. And you can add your +2 for the rage as well to it. Is that going to
So
be
9 now. Yeah, I didn't add the +2. Sorry, I already rolled it before.
well, plus your
Said
strength
that.
as well? Plus your strength.
Oh, plus my strength.
Yeah.
+5.
So that's a
So 14.
14. Destroys it.
Very nice.
Woo!
Yes.
Good throw, Axel.
He throws the leg, and surprisingly, he's very good with javelins, and just pins him against the wall. And as it pins him against the wall, kind of like the predator, he just like sees that it's pinned and destroyed and just falling down. He just roars into the air, knowing that he just destroyed it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And I'm just imagining as you do that, a big glop of glue coming down the hole into the room.
I'm here.
Well, you sure took a sweet time, didn't you, Goopy?
You can help us out. You can help us climb out.
All right. So combat's over.
Well, that got a lot more troublesome than I thought it was going to be. Sabina says, and he goes into his pack and starts pulling out bandages, band-aids, salves, and going around the room.
Is there anything more down there in the pile?
Is there anything? What? Sorry.
Down in the pile. You gotta dig through all that trash.
It's junk. It's all metal junk, scrap.
Find me another metal bug. I'm not done.
Estria, hearing Dr. Carey's distant words, is reminded of a vague memory from her past where she had to basically scrounge around in trash to survive. So she's not above doing that, and she's going to do, I guess, an investigation to see if there's anything fun in there.
Oh, you just healed me?
Yep, with the healer's kit. He's going around with his healer's kit, putting on band-aid, like he bandages up the scratches, the many scratches and stuff, puts a salve on it.
Nice.
It's like,
Just,
all right.
you're keeping check of how many uses you're using of your healing
Yep.
kit? Nice.
Yeah, I have a thing.
Thank you,
You
Zozo.
could have got all of those in healing kits instead of high-class wine. But
I did get healing kits. I got 10.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Come on now.
You cleared out Mr. Blip's stock there.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take that one too. He's like, that's my personal one. I said, I'll take it too. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, so obviously the area is quite difficult to navigate through. So any search is going to be a considerable investment of time, at least 10 minutes of searching before there's any realistic chance of finding anything whatsoever. Is Estria not above that type of time investment?
I mean, would she know how long they have on this trip until they get there?
Oh, it's as far as Estria knows, it's a long trip. It's going to be days.
Okay, yeah, she would probably, thinking that, she would probably take the time to search.
Okay.
Then Zamius would cast guidance if he knows who see Estria. Gonna search on Estria. Like, here you go.
Oh,
Fred, go help.
It's going to be
Go
actually
up to Master Gunner,
a
Fred.
perception check is going to be the relevant clue in this case.
Okay. And the D4. Oh, that's already in there. Cool.
Yeah, I threw it on.
Okay.
So it's a 14 total.
As you go through this junk pile, you actually move aside an area where one of the Clockwork horrors emerge from, and beneath much of this useless junk, there is a nearly fully intact body of an ordinum. It's missing an arm and both its legs, but as you move the junk from on top of it, there is like it's moving about. It's not moving about well, and it seems to have like lost its eyes. But there's like some gears turning, and it seems to be trying to speak, but it's all just fizzing and buzzing, like that part of it's damaged internally as well. But you're pretty sure that there's whatever animates the ordinum, life, if you want to call it that, is still in this thing. And next to it, clutched in its one good arm, is a small iron coffer.
Astra's going to kind of bend down and get real close to the robot and say, "Excuse me, partner. I'm going to just see if this helps me identify or help you out, and I'll get right back to you." And she's going to take the little iron coffer.
Okay, nice. So that was about 10 minutes of time. So what was everyone else doing during that 10 minutes?
I would say that's when Zaminis was healing everyone. That's
Okay.
when he was like, yeah, you're bandaging stuff.
You can also be initiating a short rest if everyone wants. That could be the beginning of a short rest, like the first 10 minutes of a short rest if everyone wants to be
Oh, hell yeah.
taking stock of.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think
I can do
that's
that.
a good idea.
Okay, but you can still be doing light activities or what have you during the short rest. And Dr. Carries, of course, is fine and dandy, having had the best seat in the house for a...
Yeah.
And how?
That's exactly what I needed.
Recovery rolls. I guess Axel at the time would he has his rope, and he'd probably try to climb and set up a rope back to the command deck for the rest of the group.
Nice. Okay. Let's see how successfully that goes.
Okay.
With an athletics check. How good the roping.
Oh, sorry, I'm still with advantage right now. Let me take that off. And then do another roll straight up.
Yeah, there's a not as good as the first ladder that you put up. Do you have a second rope?
Hold on, let me look.
Wait, so
No,
what
I
were
just
you
have
doing now?
one 50-foot hempen rope.
You're setting up a rope?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can climb up and down more easily.
Oh, okay. Can I have... I would have put guidance on that if I, know
Okay.
that he was...
Sure.
Yeah, so... Toss a d4. So it would have been a 14.
Yeah,
I don't know if that would make
it's
much
again, and it does make a difference. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's a good. That's gone from a shabby job to a good job.
That's solid. Okay, cool.
That little butterfly. Oh no, that's part of the version. Sorry.
So
The flame guides your hands, Axel.
Fred, the plasmoid's kind of standing around like. So everything's good. Everything's okay.
Clean up this mess. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, if you got nothing better to do, you can help me
Yeah.
fix this little critter over here.
Oh,
Perhaps we could take it to the doctor and see. I'm sure Dr. Carey would like to have a look-see at this that little creation.
Fred's like he's looking around and he says, maybe. He kind of concentrates on his mouth and his lips kind of take much greater shape as he concentrates on his speech. There can be the spare parts lying around here somewhere in all this mess.
Possibly.
Esther's eyes are going to perk up at that and be like, or better than spare parts. And she's going to look around and see if there's any, things that could easily, attach to this thing, potentially, that would be a weapon.
Like upgrades.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so basically every 10 minutes a person spends searching the area, they've got a chance of finding something that this autonomous survivor is missing. But I like the idea of finding things which you could attach as well. So if you get like a ridiculously good success above the DC 15 Arcana check that's required, then I will say that you find something not of its origin, but something cool that could work instead.
I count 6 buzzsaw arms that we just severed from bodies.
Yeah. So what's the situation with Dr. Carey? Does she need to stay in the throne right now? Like, are we?
Yeah.
You have to stay.
I don't know. I had the same question.
Someone could take the helm and navigate in Dr. Carey's place, but you could certainly stop the travel and take a break from moving. Of course,
but there's no Spelljammer autopilot.
No.
Yeah,
no, there's not.
So
The ship would
will-
flounder and just.
He'll offer to he'll climb up the rope, kind of like do a little flip at the middle section and like, Doctor, there's quite a lot of material down there. I think that might be interesting to you. I could temporarily take the helm if you'd like to have a look-see. We don't delay any longer.
Oh, I suppose that's good. I think we just kind of keep. Oh, yeah. Thank you. We need the crew. The crew is. Are they being helpful down there?
Some of them, yes.
They're not showing the appropriate hustle, if you ask me.
I agree. We'll whip them into shape eventually. He is, and then so slide into the chair if the doctor will wanna go off.
Yep, I'll shinny down the.
Okay, with
I
the
guess
rope ladder being set up, certainly if you've waited for that to be established in the meantime, it's now you can jump down basically, and as the jump ends, you can grab onto the rope ladder and kind of climb up pretty easily at this stage. So,
okay.
And that can work both ways. Basically, you're falling down at a certain point, you're jumping up and just grabbing onto the rope ladder and climbing the rest of the way safely.
Right. Do I need to roll for that?
No. The rope ladder has made that.
Yeah, I'll shin you down if Ximinius is in the helm.
Yeah, he locks in.
Down and then up at the last second.
Nice. Okay. So now Dr. Carey is available to either aid in the search or to observe the survivor that's been discovered.
Oh yeah, has anyone tried talking to this person?
But I don't think he can, or whoever it is, can communicate. But
Oh,
they did have this, and she's going to show the little coffer to Dr. Carey.
it's his. I suppose it would be rude to open it.
True, I was just holding on to it until we could wake him up, and then ask him about it, give it back to him, polite and such.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, let's see if I can. Has anyone assembled a auto person before?
No.
Can't say I have.
I mean, out of character, I have proficiency in Smith's tools, but that seems like the only thing that's even remotely potentially useful for that sort of procedure.
They will be useful, but not as useful as tinkering tools. If anyone's got tinkering tools, will be the ideal tools to use here.
He says carpenter's tool for like boots and stuff.
Tinker's tools, no.
The smithing tools can certainly put on the larger parts like really effectively. I think the arms and the legs that are missing.
Can I? Oh no! It's just Carrie tries to reach out her senses to see what everybody's doing under decks, and then she realizes, I'm not in the helm. Oh, I'm not in the helm anymore. That's gonna take some getting used to. Well, I'd really like to talk to the folks downstairs. So she's gonna try to cast a message to someone down there. She wants to try to catch Rybeck with a message if she can do it. I mean, he must be like just 30 feet below our feet.
Yes, she can. Yes.
Okay, so she wants to cast a message and say, can you see if anyone in the crew has experience with tinkering?
Tonight's dinner's going to be delicious. Oh,
jeez.
yeah, sure. I'll send McKevin to speak to Wiener and the brats.
Thank you. I gotta stop calling that. And then she
Yeah.
gets up.
I'll help anybody search.
Yeah,
Like,
let's see what we can do.
give advantage by basically picking up junk. Like he has no like ace. Well, is this it? Will this work?
Okay, nice.
I'm trying to help, but maybe not so much.
No, that does help because there's a lot of junk, and you're helping sort through it, and that will provide advantage to the finding the actual right stuff, which is an Arcana check.
Like, oh, this is shiny.
And multiple people can be trying to search at the same time. So if Axel wanted, he could also be helping Dr. Carey, and Ace could be helping Estria, and you could both get advantages on those checks.
Sure, I will absolutely help Dr. Carey.
All right.
Yep, I'll start digging around. Arcana
Yep, Arcana, and 15 is the magic number.
with advantage.
That is not a 15.
Oh my! Oh, 15 on the dot.
Nice.
Okay.
Very
Got
nice.
The first 10 minutes.
Dropped a 1. Ugh.
The first 10 minutes, the search bears some fruit. There was a lot of discarded junk that looked like it might fit, but Axel actually offers Dr. Carey what looks to be a working leg that could be affixed to the autonym.
Oh, I can probably do something with that. I'm worried about it. I feel like I feel like the real gnominess is in the eyebrows, but I don't think I could do that. I think the leg I can do something with.
With another leg, it certainly would be at the moment. It would be one-legged and unable to stand. But
Well-
finding the other leg, it seems to be just an investment in time at this stage.
The gods didn't create the universe in a day.
We've got time, right?
If you just
Yeah.
want to barrel through the
Take it
time, we can see how long it
I
takes
guess
you
I'll
to
keep
find.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess go for it. Demetrius is just chilling up on top.
So
It's like,
up top, Zemenius is dealing with that that tingling feeling sensation as your mind becomes part of this tyrant ship. Not the most pleasant feeling. This pins and needles all through your body and like even inside your brain. But after a while, going through that sensation, suddenly going through the astral sea is incredible sensation and moving at that impossible speed.
yeah,
Meanwhile,
it's beautiful.
the search down below is going very well. The
Axel finds another leg. He's like, Gary! Gary!
um,
Oh, it's even almost the same size.
it's the second leg, but Ace has found something even cooler. Like, well, it's a leg, but it can be more. So those rolls are both high enough to invent something that fits that wouldn't be for the original gnome that you can work with. So it's a leg that's going to work as a leg, but it can be something more. And as well, the arm that's been found can be an arm that's going to work, but be something more. So I'm going to leave that creation for you guys to decide what's the extra thing on the leg, what's the extra thing about the arm that you've found.
Hell yeah.
I'll let you decide.
Oh, these legs must have been for some sort of servant on the actual ship. See, it's got these little ports on the bottom. I think if we connect it to the power, I think this thing could actually hover up and down the tubes here. It could actually be a runner.
Oh shit! Nice, love it.
Nice.
Okay, let me make a note.
Yeah, that's dope. That was
Nice,
my thought.
My immediate thought was, oh, gun leg, definitely.
Yeah, no, that was.
I'm thinking like bladed foot or something.
Yeah.
This looks like the leg of a kung fu master.
Yes.
All right, what about the arm there? That we're gonna leave that in Ace in Istria territory.
Are we building Iron Man right now? Is that what's going on?
I mean, I feel like since we didn't do the gun leg, we kind of have to do the gun arm, right?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's
Look
do
at
gun
this
arm.
Nice.
spot on the wrist. It has like this hole kind of thing, like up on. What do you think that is?
Instead of the hidden
that
blade, it's
flips
the hidden
up.
gun.
Love it. All right, gun arm. Beautiful. So that's about in total, I'd say about 40 minutes has passed since the combat was over. But you can keep searching now. You can see that the gnome is missing its eyes, and there is some parts of it which, although all the limbs and torso are there seems to be some interconnecting parts that it's going to need to like be rejoined, and it might have some missing integral parts, smaller bits within its structure that need to be interconnected. But the eyes are going to be key, and then there seems to be some damage to whatever should allow it to speak.
Yeah.
So the walls
He's
are
helping
like
carry as long as he's ready.
the walls are like glowing entirely, right? There's no like specific light source.
No.
Okay. Is the wall goopy? Like, could I like take a chunk out of it with my hand?
It is. You could get some slime, so to speak, but it is quite. It's quite solid.
Okay.
What should we try to put this guy? Why don't we bring? Should bring our gnome friend up out of this hold. This doesn't seem like the best place on the ship.
It's not my favorite place, to be honest.
No, I think sealing this up seems like the best idea if we don't want to rummage around in the trash heap.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Was one of the so there was like in the command deck there was like a bunch of lobes. To our non-beholder like perspectives, were those lobes like was one of them like a sick bay and one of them like a navigation, or can we?
It seems so alien. I'd have to ask you for a really hard Arcana check.
I mean, I guess I'm willing to try. Ooh, I rolled a 1, natural 1. That's a 7 in total. Okay. Well, I think we might as well make whatever the hell's going on up in the deck. We might as well make one of them. We need to make this we need to make this ship our own, right? It's our ship now.
You think one of them was actually designed to be a sick bay, actually?
I think we must need to make one of these as a sort of a sick bay. I think if we're trying to rehabilitate this auto gnome, I think leaving him in a trash heap is a bad idea, and putting him in a sick bay is a good idea.
Makes sense to me.
I agree.
Yeah, Zeminius would be like, well, if you're going to, because he can, with the awareness stuff, he can like hear, right?
Yes.
He can like hear the conversation happening. Yeah,
absolutely.
So he's gonna, and he also has message, so he'll message Dr. Carey. You'll hear it in your head. Well, Doctor, if you're going to attempt to do that, such a complicated procedure, why don't you bring him up to me and I'll give you a hand if I can.
All right. Well, they're getting. We just need to figure out how to get him up this rope. I've already used my levitate. Should we just tie? Is there a way we can tie? I don't know. Tie around the waist, but try to just hoist him. Get someone up at the top.
Could Axel just carry him with one hand and just like one hand with the rope?
Yeah, if you did the,
or just throw him up there.
He'd kind of like fall back and kind of probably end up bobbing in the middle somewhere.
He's a gnome. He's like gnome size. He's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, gnome sized. Yeah.
Is he gnome weight?
Yeah, but a little bit
Oh.
heavier because it's completely metal. But
Yeah. All right. Oh, you can.
you can
Yeah,
carry.
that's okay.
You can carry.
I think I can carry him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can do that.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, let me do it. I'll carry him up there. Axel will carry him.
The leap is going to be key
Oh,
because
no.
if you can leap far enough that you can reach almost like the edge, then you're done, right? You can just dump him out and grab hold. So give me an athletics check for how good your leap is. Yeah,
It's
pretty good.
I think 22 is pretty good, right?
Pretty good.
basically you've emerged from your jump like up when you've reached from falling and you start jumping up. Your head's like come above the ground level of the command deck, so you're clear to dump him out and just.
Wait, yeah, I'll dump him out, grab hold of myself, and sorry, hoist myself up as well. Sorry again. Sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
The bay at 6 o'clock is the sick bay.
Makes sense to me. It is the most infectious hour, they say.
I don't know what that means.
Well, why don't you just do it over here, Doctor? Because you're at the top, right? Let's just do it by the throne. I'm quite curious to see if what we put together.
I'm not actually the throne. I just didn't move myself.
Yeah, I'm up here.
I'm over here. Sure.
Oh, you move me. Cool.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, Axel's toting him, so.
Ace and Astral, you're heading up as well.
Yes. Might as well.
Okay. The gnome is you're taking all of the parts that you've gotten from as well, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so you've got the 2 legs and an arm.
Still missing the eyes and stuff.
Did we, Zeminius? Have you done something like this before?
Exactly, but I consider myself a bit of a jack of all trades, so I like to try my hand at most things.
Do you want to try your hand at assembling a living creature from scrap metal?
Sure.
All right, good.
Well, what's the check basically, or what is the process that we have to
Sure.
would need to put this guy back together?
So it's going to be an investment in time, and you're going to need some sort of available tools. So for these parts, the smithing tools will be, for the larger parts, be viable. For the smaller parts, the eyes and any inner workings as such will require the tinker tools, though.
Okay. Have we assembled all enough parts to put him back together? Do we need to spend more time looking for?
You could certainly put the arms and the legs back together. Yeah, but to put the eyes and the inner workings of whatever's wrong with it internally, you need to keep looking. Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys want to keep looking for?
Well, yeah, I could go down and look while you guys are trying to attach some of these parts to him.
Axel will also go down with Ace 2.
Yeah. So
Moving
maybe
metal in my world with swords. I've never seen moving metal.
Me neither, really.
Excuse me. So maybe me and the doctor will start working on putting the bigger pieces together. Like, well, doctor, I think if you say you're decent with the smithing, I imagine this can't be that much different. They're large. Let's do the large parts. The intricate pieces, perhaps we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now,
I took Introduction to Smithing. Let's go that far. 101. I got a B+.
Okay, so each limb's going to be an hour of work, and it's going to be an intelligence modified by your tool proficiency.
Intelligence.
I would also allow substituting wisdom as well if that's preferable. I'm not sure if that's preferable for Zemenius or not, but kind of instinctually finding the right.
Oh yeah, but I was thinking Dr. Carey's going to take the lead with the smithing for the
okay,
big
you're going
ones.
to provide advantage.
Yeah, and give him and Zemenius will give me advantage. Just
Nice.
be like, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to roll Arcana just because Arcana has intelligence plus proficiency.
Sure.
All right, with advantage, with help. That is
Ooh,
a
okay.
20.
Nice.
Clang, clang, clang.
All right. The first. What are you attaching first? Legs or arms?
I feel like legs give leg.
Did you attach like the fancy leg or the normal leg?
Let's learn how to do the regular one first, just in case this takes some practice.
Okay. The first leg is beautifully attached, perfectly attached. It's a magnificent job. As that's happening down, that's like 6 checks worth of time that you guys can make to try and find the other parts.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll certainly look.
Fred's kind of asking if you still need him. You want him around, hanging around to keep looking for bits and pieces with you. The Thrycreen Cricklet has kind of like, there's way too many of you. I'm going to go and help make dinner. And he's off.
Okay.
Unless he receives a counter order.
That's
How
fine.
many people does it take to cook dinner in this place? I don't know.
Gonna roll.
Okay, we'll need to discuss who's in charge of the lower decks. Ryback doesn't seem like the right guy for the job.
Well, certainly not. We don't want Vina to.
Yeah.
I think
Is that a bosun thing? Is that a first mate thing? You're downstairs. I'm not. I'm just.
I think instead of going downstairs, actually, I think Estria would try and go search out McKevin and see if she could find anyone from that group who can help.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're not going down to search then?
No, I'm gonna go find McKevin and also try to clear the air if I can.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice.
So, as that happens, that's after about so we're gonna have to something's gonna have happen then in that case, which is gonna interrupt what's just occurred.
Okay.
As you guys are heading back down to go and search again, you're probably about on the edge of the hole as you guys start looking at how to put that leg back on. We can use those rolls in a future moment though, so that will go perfectly in a future moment. McKevin actually appears at the edge of the shaft, and he is disheveled. He reeks of smoke. He's gasping for air. Obviously, he's not a physical person, and climbing up the rope wall has pushed him to the limits of his physical ability. He's coughing, spluttering, and he says, looking straight at Estria, who's kind of like headed that way to go and find him. He's like, "Fire in the galley. That's out of control. Must save others."
Hiya.
That's concerning. Estria's gonna basically look at him and say, "I gotta talk to you later, partner, but for now," and she's gonna jump in the hole and try to go to the galley.
Okay.
Axel's gonna, after hearing that, look back at Zoe Minius and says, "Can you control the flames from here?"
No, I don't think I'm not as skilled at navigating as Dr. Carey is. Doctor, take over the throne. I've got to go help them down there personally. And he's gonna get up.
You could
make
decide to leave it floundering for a moment if everyone wanted to be involved in checking this out. That's another option that I'll just put out there for use. If you wanted to keep flying at the same time, though, then you can do that. But I'm just saying that that is an option.
Up to the doctor.
It's a loss of time, not a loss of nothing bad will happen for doing it.
Oh, okay, cool. Up to you, doctor. And then he's gonna head. He's also gonna head in after Estria and I don't think know if McKevin went back, but he's gonna head down there. Axel, let's go.
Aye, Captain, and he follows as well.
Well, I think we must want situational awareness. I'll take the helm. I'll be watching. If you need help, I make a carry, make a mantis sign, and I'll come down.
That seems kind of offensive. I'm not sure I'm comfortable making that motion.
I'm not comfortable either. Now you know my life.
But I trust your judgment, Doctor. All right. So the galley is where the Mr. Hippo is chilling down there.
Yes. So, who else is going? I'm not sure Ace has declared what he's doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna just, I'll sigh. McKevin, he's a bit dramatic, isn't he?
Yes.
I'll come along and see what's up. Maybe there's something to it. And then, yeah, I'll go to climb down with, just in case McKevin is serious.
Okay. Carefully climbing down will take more time and will require no rolls. If you are feeling that there is some urgency from what McKevin has said, then you can try and speed down at as quick as possible speed, ignoring the difficulty of the terrain. But that's going to take either an acrobatics or athletics check to navigate the rope, and has the dangers of making a mistake. So that's your first decision.
Okay.
That's for everyone that's heading down the rope.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go down quickly and cast guidance on myself to try and speed down there.
Yeah, I'm going down quickly as well, but I will not be casting guidance because I don't do that.
I'm also I'm not concerned with what McKevin thinks, but I'm going to go down quickly just because that's how Ace does it. It's just how I do it. Why did I have?
Okay, nice. It's a 19 for Simonius.
Probably tomorrow.
Beautiful. 14,
Mine would have been
14's the magic number.
Yeah, mine would have been 17, so I would have made it still.
Oh,
Not me.
As they're doing this, my little mantis familiar is going to scamper over and try to ride down with Estria.
Okay.
Because I can actually use her as a point of casting.
Nice. All right.
Smart.
So you're seeing Ace as you wing your way down. That both Estria and Axel are struggling. They seem to have tangled themselves somewhat in the rope. You can, with the speed that you've managed to get down, help one of them out. Not both, but one of them.
Dang, make me choose. All right. I'm gonna take. I'll help out this. Say, this rope lady just help you right here. It's caught around your leg.
I didn't quite catch who you decided to help. Sorry.
Gonna help out Estria. I'll untangle the rope around her leg or wherever. So I trust Axel to be able to take care of himself. He's a big guy.
Okay. That's going to give you advantage, Istria, on that roll, so you can roll again.
All right. That is the same again, a 12.
Okay,
Back
so
to roll.
the first to hit the floor, despite your attempt to help him out and get down faster, nothing untoward has happened from the roll of 12. It's just slow. However, Axel, with his size and sorry, the Spanish words come into my head sometimes and invade my English.
It's cool.
His corporalidad,
Proportions?
his bulkiness,
Bulk?
is endangering of ripping the rope wall climbing thing from out of the wall. Sorry. So when he is able to come back from quickly taking his beautiful dogs out, we'll give him a dexterity check. However, hitting the floor first is Zomenius and Ace. Will be followed afterwards by Estria, who's coming down more slowly, and tumbling behind Axel. As you guys reach the ground floor of the lower deck, there's smoke everywhere, just billowing into the corridors. It's thick. It's a blinding smoke. You can see no further than 10 feet from where you are. Beyond that, it's heavily obscured. It's impenetrable smoke. So it's like effectively being blind any further than 10 feet from yourself. You can feel the heat of the flames. And you can, as you've come down the shaft, you've actually heard Cricklet's voice shouting up, "Need more help with the water to put out the fire!" And that's the situation that you're being faced with at the moment.
And the smoke is coming, you said, from the north or the south?
Billowing from what you presume McKevin has called the galley, which is the area that Ryback has set up as his little kitchen storehouse. That's where you entered the tyrant ship, which would be where you can see him on the map. Although you can see him on the map, your characters can only see yours, say, 10 foot from yourself.
Okay.
Although that position would mark where your characters have seen Ryback setting up his little portable stove.
Okay. Dominius is going to touch himself and glow briefly and say, "Flame, protect me," and cast resistance on himself, and then run straight towards the thick of the smoke, where it seems like the fire should be coming from.
Okay. As you run into the thick of the smoke, you see that all around the portable stove there are active fires. Some of the crates, the fire seems to be of origin from the stove. You can see that's where the greatest amount of flames are just... It's a complete blaze. It's a column of flames. And it started to spread to the supplies, the crates that are there containing valuable food supplies for your journey that are stacked up along that wall. They're around this entire space, but a good deal of them are right there next to the stove. And your foot kicks into something lying on the floor. You look down, and there is Ryback's scorched, dead corpse lying on the floor.
Wow.
Whoa.
Did you just say scorched dead corpse?
He's already dead.
Jeez. Of course.
Get in here, Ryback. He needs our help. I'll take care of the flame. And
make a
Zamius will reach out.
Constitution saving throw from the smoke.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and
You're good.
Okay, cool. Work? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he calls out, "Get in here, Ryback. He's hurt," and he is going to reach out and say, "Flame, heed my touch," and start. He'll reach out, and then like a big section of the flame will just go and just extinguish as he casts control flames. And so that's what he's going to do. He's just going to focus
Very cool.
on putting out the on the flames.
Nice.
Everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Should I do that as well?
Yes, please.
I'm not rolling well tonight.
Oh no, you're not. It's one of those nights.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I failed that deck save, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
Yeah.
I'll get to you.
Okay.
We'll deal with you.
Okay.
Milo.
Give me a moment to organize myself. Okay, that's that.
I'm gonna be back in like 30 seconds.
Sure.
I will also be back shortly.
Mysterious D20. Okay.
All right. So, Ace, that's arrived there at the bottom of the shaft.
Right, so I've heard Sozo calling out to help. So I'm just gonna try to take my my red cravat and cover my mouth and run into this. Just try to, hold it over my mouth and breathe as much, and I'll try to pull the guy out if I can.
Okay. So the cravat over your mouth is going to provide some help for the Constitution saving throw. It's going to provide you a +2 bonus to your Constitution saving throw.
Cool. All right. So 19.
Okay, so you're unaffected by the smoke. You run in. You also, seeing where Zamenius is looking, you immediately, your eyes are drawn to the cadaver of Ryback.
I don't think we can help him anymore. But I would try to pull him out of the fiery place. No,
Yeah.
I think I have
Just get him.
a little.
Just get him out. Just get him out of here.
I have 10 feet of movement.
Okay,
So I'm gonna try.
you'd be able to pull him 5 foot from where you was. He's a
Okay.
massive
big guy.
dude. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm dragging him. Like, come on.
Okay. Tumbling down afterwards, tearing the rope ladder out of the wall, tangled in one of his claws. Axel hits the deck, taking 4 damage from the fall, and is at the bottom of the shaft prone.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, he unprones himself, stands up, sees Ace struggling to pull the cadaver out, and he's going to.
You can only see 10 foot from where you are. You can't see anything.
Oh, 10 feet?
It's just that whole area is just clogged with thick smoke.
Gotcha.
You can hear the voices. You can hear the noises.
Okay. But there's no smoke exactly where I'm at then.
Yeah.
Or do I already need to make that Constitution saving throw real quick?
You do. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm gonna head towards the sound of Ace struggling and grunting, and I'm going to also help him pull the cadaver out of the way.
You've got 25 foot. Your total movement speed is 45.
45,
beast.
yes.
You beast.
Yeah.
I
can't wait till level 5.
You still have
Then it'll be
25 foot of movement, which we'll consider half of your movement speed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go help him. Oh, it's right there. 20 feet.
Okay.
Or technically 25 if I'm going right next to him to help with the...
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
So you can grab that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then you could still use your action to pull him further out if you wanted.
Then that's what I'll do, yes.
Okay, so at half speed, because he is a massive, bulky GIF. So
He's a hippo man.
You can move 25 foot potentially with him.
Which way are we going, Ace?
We need to get him away from the flames if we can. I don't think we can lift up the tunnels, but let's try to get him closer.
He smells dead, but okay.
Oh, he's most definitely dead.
Stop saying that.
He's gonna be fine.
He's gonna be okay. God damn it! This is my first mission as captain. I don't want anyone to die under my command.
Just saying, he wasn't moving when I was dragging him.
Okay.
It's a little crispy. But yeah, no, we can heal him. We can bring him back.
So half the movement speed, I'll take him back towards the shaft.
Okay, so you've dragged him to there.
Yep.
All right. Did you actually use an action, Goonie? Or did you just move there?
I moved. I was trying to use my action to, grab the guy and pull him, but
so I think you can you can follow him with let's say the coordinated movements if you want, or you can stay where you want, whatever you prefer.
I think it would make sense to go with him because I don't have real magical means of putting out the fire like Zozo does.
Okay, so would you like to be there? Would you like to be next to Axel? Where would you like to be? Anywhere on the side of Ryback?
There's good.
There's good? Okay.
Like the side of Ryback, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Zemenius.
Is there still a lot of fire happening?
Yeah, so it's you've put out so tell me about this control flames. What does it say?
So control flames, the relevant bit here is basically it's a cantrip, one action, allows me to choose a non-magical flame that you can see within range, and that's within 5 feet of a 5-foot cube. You can I can expand it 5 feet in one direction, or I can immediately extinguish the flames within that cube, or I can do other stuff. So basically...
So I would say you've immediately put out the worst of the fire, which would be the column of flames coming from the portable stove.
Yeah, so he'll put out the like epicenter of the fire first, like just clap his hands. It goes down, and then this turn he might swing his hand, and you said some of our crates with the food. He'll use his action to sweep a hand, and that flame will just wisp away. So that'll be his action this turn.
Nice. Okay, so there's basically with that, say that the main one was like a fire, and it spread to 2 little fires on one side and 2 little fires on the other. With your action there, you've put out 2 little fires on one side.
Okay, cool. So there's basically like the one other side is on fire still. Okay,
Yes.
cool. So that would be his.
I still gonna need another Constitution saving throw from you at the beginning of your turn, though.
Oh, okay.
From the smoke. You're still good.
13.
Yep.
Okay,
Good.
cool. Yeah, he's like, this is like basically like a spa for him. You know what I mean? It's like he's fine.
Okay.
That's his turn.
In that case, I think I might start giving you advantage on those Constitution saving throws. I think it makes sense.
Okay, cool.
Istria.
So would Ryback be within 10 feet of me now?
You're still climbing down slowly, so you could choose now to continue to climb down, or you could drop from there, risking potential turning an ankle fall damage, but if you landed safely, you would start your movement at the bottom of the shaft with no movement speed wasted.
I mean, Estria can hear like panicked voices. She could probably hear like some crackling flames or something. She heard McKenna say it's a fire in the galley, and fire not a good thing anywhere, especially in a small enclosed space. She's gonna jump down.
Okay.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Acrobatics 13 for a clean jump.
As a 14.
You land perfectly. You're at the bottom of the shaft. You're seeing the thick smoke. Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm. That's a 7.
It's burning your throat. And as such, you immediately feel it affect your breathing. You have a level of exhaustion and of 1 D&D style exhaustion. So you have -1 on your basically on your rolls that are D20 rolls.
Right.
And I should just keep track of that mentally. I don't have like a place on this I can do that.
No, we haven't set that up yet as a condition.
Yeah, that's all good.
For the listening audience, we're not using 5e exhaustion. We're using the new D&D style exhaustion.
That's the one, which is a much cleaner system than the mess that is the 5th edition exhaustion rules.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I will kind of like do a hacking bird squawk, like, and then I will go over to Rybeck, and I'm gonna attempt to cure wounds him, see if that actually does anything.
Okay. Well, the squawks earned you obviously inspiration. So
Nice. All right, let's see here. I don't know if that's the wrong one. This is the one. That would be 5 healing to see if he's alive.
okay.
Or
So
resurrect.
I'm gonna let you, before you heal him, I'm gonna let you make a medicine check as your hand comes into contact with him and you engage with the primal spirits.
Okay, let's see. That is a 9.
And you think you can save him, but you can't because he's dead. And your primal magic tries to pull him from the brink, but he's too far gone. That is a lifeless body. That will need some sort of resurrection spell to bring him back.
All right. Estria's gonna look at the two of them, Axel and Ace. Hopefully they can see her, and she's gonna say, "He's dead, Jim. Whichever one of you is Jim."
Brent's not going to be happy about this.
And if you hadn't got inspiration for the for the squawk, you would have got it for the Star Trek reference.
Thank you, kinda.
All right. Carrie upstairs.
All right, so Carrie tries to get a peek at what's going on there, and she just can see absolutely nothing. I actually have two questions. One, that room that Rybek's body was in, that's like the first room we came into,
Correct.
like when we were loading the ship, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Secondly, I know that when we're like just in wild space, we can just like go on to decks and it's fine. Does Carrie know anything about what it would be like to go into wild space right now as we're traveling at these big speeds? Like if we had a top deck, could we stand on the top deck?
Yes. You could stand on, if you were to open the doors. Essentially, you could make your way out and stand on the ship and fully Titanic it. I'm pretty sure that's how this.
Great. Well, that's actually a lot like what Carrie wants to do, because there's a door right there, so she wants to bleed out the smoke by cracking the door that we loaded in on just starts lowering down to open up to hopefully bleed out all the smoke out of that room.
Very cool. Love it. Okay, so the smoke will dissipate in a random number of rounds, and I'm going to leave that in your hands, because the cool idea, we're only going to make that a D4. But let's leave it in luck's hands. A 1 essentially is obviously going to be the beautiful number here.
Boom! It was
Nice.
a 1.
Perfect.
Hey.
All right. Okay. By your turn, by Dr. Carey's next turn, the smoke effect will have dissipated.
Excellent.
For now, that's immediately extended your vision from 10 foot to 15 foot. Nice. Okay. At that point, from the smoke, is that visible now? Why aren't you visible? There we go. Swooping in comes a little fiery devil. And from its mouth erupts a cone of flames, which is going to capture Ace, Estria, and Axel within its range. Okay, so yep, that's good. So, lovely. You've all passed the the DC. Well done.
Right.
Meaning you take half the damage, I think, or maybe that completely negates it. Let me check. No, half the damage. So you each take 5 fire damage.
No, that I had that before.
Sorry?
No.
And,
Boogie thought of something.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you put the 4 drop damage on Zozo, but because I don't have any drop damage on me, and it was supposed to be 4.
Yes, 4 damage. So
I guess I should have put that in manually. I can do it now though. With the 4 and the 5, I'll put it 9.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, put that damage in manually.
Yeah.
Swooping in at Zamenius, another of these tiny fiery creatures comes at him with sharp little claws. Thinking that its fiery claws are going to hurt him. But that should be 3
points
damage.
of damage?
Yeah, it should be 4 points of damage because 2 of those points of damage are fire, which will be reduced.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see. All right, cool.
So it's only 4 points of damage.
Okay, cool.
Another mephit, fiery winged devil, swoops from the dark. Sorry, I need to make these visible. Are they visible? I think they're visible. Go on, be visible. And is going to spit its fiery breath once again at those stuck in the corridor, catching the 3 of you.
I'm probably fucking burning poor Mr. Hippo even more.
Yes, but he can't feel it. So.
I feel like just for the record, I should mention that I said my familiar was on Estria's back. So regardless if they saved or not, with 1 hit point, they'd be fried.
Oh, that's. Go ahead and make the dexterity saving throw for your wee familiar.
I'm not sure what his dex is, so I'll just roll for now and look up the bonus later.
Oh, avoided it. Beautiful.
But still half damage. It is 1 hit
damage
point.
kills it. Yeah.
Oh, half damage kills it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Any damage would kill it.
I'm usually pretty
It's fine,
nice to
it's fine,
familiars. I don't
Yeah.
normally do that. to
I said it was
There you go.
I was debating using it to cast spells, so it's in combat. It's just there.
Okay. So I think again you've been successful, yeah? So again, half damage. Another 5 damage.
Man.
From the other side of the room, you continue to hear the Thrycreen Cricklet's shouts as he drags a barrel of water from the stores towards the last remaining fires and kind of tips it out and tips it over to put out one of the 2 flames on that side. Fred, his long gelatinous body kind of oozes down and slops onto the floor. He's just arriving with his turn behind you guys. You're not sure where the other people are on deck, but McKevin is climbing down now without a rope because it was torn from the wall. So he's up in that shaft somewhere. Ace.
Okay.
Which of the mephits are visible? Because I'm sure I've accidentally hidden some of them.
Yeah, I think there's only one visible.
I've just got one yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
One below.
the one just south, south of Ace there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Matt,
All right, now we see that one and the one that's next to Zombies.
There we go.
And
Now
then,
we have
Okay,
3.
there we go.
There's 3 now.
Okay. So, gonna attack one of the ones that put the fire breath on us. Let's see. Because I didn't like that. I assume 11 does not. Oh, it does. Nice. Can't sneak attack. Friend nearby.
wait, why can't you see? Oh, because it's got a friend back.
Yeah. So, stab one of them in the air. I didn't like that, man. And
I don't like you and your pointy stick.
maybe you should leave.
Your eyes.
I'm going to just move on the other side so somebody else can get in there.
I don't know if you
And-
can. You can move to the other side. What them blocking you?
Oh yeah, I don't. How are they small? Can I move through their
I
space?
think probably like it would make sense that you could, but technically, I'm not sure that you can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I could at least move maybe here. Can I
Unless you
fit
have
here?
some ability to move through small creatures that from a skirmish.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think I do. No.
I'm worried about opening a can of worms here, but the vision is enough that I mean, there's no disadvantage on attacks.
Not within the 15 foot. If
Okay.
you're
Okay.
good with it's in the 15 foot and then it's heavily obscured, you're basically fighting blind. But if it's close enough to you, then you're good.
So with my fancy footwork, since I hit the one, I wouldn't draw an attack of opportunity from him when I left his threatened area.
Nice. Axel.
Axel's gonna feel the fiery bite pretty much on his face and on his back, and he's gonna look over, and his eyes are gonna go wide. He's not even gonna say anything. He's just gonna start to go in rage, and then he's going to run at the closest one. But he wants. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but he's gonna run and not even think twice, and he's gonna use Ryback's body as a springboard almost to attack them.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing stopping you.
Sweet.
That's good taste and ethics.
He wouldn't normally do this because he has a little bit of morals, but he's just angrily entranced by the devils in front of him, so he's doesn't even think anything of it. He just goes for it. I'm actually not going to go for the same one. I'm going to go for it's still a hit. Holy shit.
Do you have reckless attack?
I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say with seeing these devils, you're gonna make reckless attacks against these devils.
Okay, absolutely. I will do that. So that means I get advantage, so I should do it. Oh, I should take it off then and just roll one more time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is this like just a backstory thing?
Backstory thing.
Have to.
Backstory thing.
Uh-huh.
Backstory.
Interesting.
Sweet.
Nice.
Mighty blow
Just-
cleaves through the elemental devil. Fire drips from it like blood from the gaping wound from your sword. Does Axel say anything as he goes?
Yeah,
into his
after the attack, he's dirty hellspawn, you're mine.
Not sure anyone understood, but I'm not sure it was meant to be understood. So, Zemenius.
Dominius is gonna smart at the bite and turn with annoyance and said, "You gnats, you embers, you're nothing. See true fire." And he is going to cast Bless on himself. I'll say himself, Estria, and Ace. And that will be his turn. Yep, and then he'll just stand. He'll stand there. 1 second, let me throw the Bless on Estria before it goes. Sorry, Axel.
Okay. Feeling the heat of Zozo's bless, Astria is gonna a little bit wearily lift up her gun, and as she points it at the wounded mephit next to Ace and Axel, she's gonna just whisper under her breath, "I'm sorry, Ryback," and then shoot.
Nice.
So that would be a dirty 20 with the exhaustion.
Nice. Yeah, so if you wanted to add it to the modifier, you could always put in like a -1 into that modifier on your left corner there. If you want to.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. All right. I'm roll damage. That is 12.
Which of the two are you shooting again? I'll drag that onto the
The weaker one. That is
the more
next
damage
to-
one, the one that
Yeah.
Axel hit.
Yeah.
Okay. You blast it out of the air,
Nice.
just in like a explosion of fiery magma. Dr.
Good
Carey.
shot.
Thank you.
So, is it possible to sort of do the thing where I sort of reach out my senses and look around the ship, but try to do a quick search to see where the other cadets are? Why isn't Vina here? Is a concern that I have, but
Cool.
sort of there's
So-
one or two others as well
You
of the other team cadets.
You've seen
How big is their
McKevin-
team and how many? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you've seen McKevin arrived.
Yes.
You know that Cricklet and Fred were up here momentarily when you called them up.
Yes.
Cricklet headed back first, some quite substantial amount of time first. Fred followed. You haven't seen any sign of Vina and her two shadows. So those are the ones which you, as you've opened the door and the smoke is now cleared, you can see are not down there in the galley.
Right.
Where are you going to direct your senses? I'll let you choose 3 places in the time that it takes your turn.
All right. Well, I mean, unfortunately, I haven't been. I mean, Carrie has not physically been in the first floor, but I guess there's sort of 2 big lobes on the cargo deck.
You check them
So I
both.
guess-
No one's in there.
No one's in there.
You can check one more place.
And then I guess I'll check the sort of the tube that's sort of at the northernmost part.
Of which deck are we talking about?
But I mean, sort of from the cargo deck looking up, the sort of the northernmost tube.
Okay, so looking up the tube from top to bottom, you are able to find at the very top of the tube, which would be these kind of like tentacle observatory areas at the very top of the Tyrant ship. In that tube, you can see one of Vina's shadows is in there with like a fishing rod sticking out of an open window as such, fishing in the astral sea.
Okay, did that take my action to do that search?
Yeah, that was your search
Okay.
there. Yep.
Right.
Okay, so the Mephit right next to you, Axel, kind of giggles nastily and says,
Put your big sword down!
and you feel your blade begin to heat up furiously in your hands.
Ooh. That's dirty.
What save do I need to do?
Okay, so I think immediately when you feel the burn, you take the fire damage, if I understand it correctly, which is 10 fire damage, which in your rage is reduced to 5, correct?
Yep.
And trying to hold on to your sword requires a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. He will try to hold on to that mother sucker.
All right, it's burning, but you don't care.
No care in the world.
Too mad, too angry.
Okay. The Mephit, which is next to Zemenius, taking stock of the situation, is also going to see another sharp blade now that the smoke is cleared, and calls out in Ace's direction.
Yes, you put yours down too.
And he's going to cast Heat Metal on Ace.
I don't really want to.
I'd rather not.
Are you going to let go? Are you going to try and hold on to that?
Try to hold on.
All right. You can feel the burn, but you're still holding on to it. Okay, so Cricklet's going to spend his turn dousing. Did you have a turn, Viz?
I don't. Maybe not this round. Actually, let me see.
I think we accidentally skipped you, didn't we?
Wait. I don't
Oh no,
think
you
so.
cast bless.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think so.
You cast bless.
I'm everybody but me.
So Cricklet's going to tip out the rest of the barrel of water and put out the last fire. Is what he's going to do. Fred's going to pull out a pistol from his belt around his goopy waist, and he's going to take a shot at the closest method. He's taking a very careful shot, so that as to not shoot either Estria or Axel in the back of the head, and it's just slammed into the wall. McKevin continues to make his way down, and then there's a poof, poof, behind you, and he misty steps the rest of the way to the ground. And he's going to run forward into the area over the dead body and dip his cloth into an open barrel and cover his face with a wet cloth in the remnants of the stinky area. You can see now, but it still stinks of smoke. So, Axel. Ace, sorry.
Ace. So I will step forward, attack this man, this little mephit.
Nice. Ooh.
There we go. Told you I didn't like you. And then I will use the rest of my movement to...
Axel feels his blade calm from the burn as you stab into the mephit, breaking its concentration on its magic.
Nice. I'm going to use my movement to move over in front of this guy, let Axel finish that one up. And with my swashbuckle ability, hitting that previous, get an attack of opportunity against me. I just kind of skip and dodge, weave out of the way.
Beautiful. Axel.
Axel will continue to battle with the thingy-majig.
Don't forget you have reckless attacks on.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's a little better.
Oh, nice. It is.
Better.
It's enough.
As he's swinging, even though it's gonna kill him, he doesn't think about it. He's like, "Are you part of the hand?" And slices him in half, not waiting for an answer.
What? Zemenius.
Zemenius is he's like, you see him, he looks with contempt at the last mephit, and he realizes that most of his magic, his own flame and fire might not be effective, but he does something strange. He like reaches out and starts sucking in air from the creature, and it seems almost like he's pulling the flame, and it doesn't do any damage, but it's enough to distract it as he gives Estria a help action. He's gonna kind of distract the creature and give Estria advantage on her attack, and
Nice.
that is gonna be his turn.
Estria.
So Estria is going to basically just move around Axel to line up a shot on the Mephit. And then she's going to look at the little bugger and say, "It's time for you to enter the frying pan." That is a
Ooh, nice.
30, or it should be a 30, but it's a 31 on that.
Okay, well, I gave you advantage, but I don't even think you need it. But maybe
I don't think
roll
so.
one more time
You
to
might
see
get
if
a
you
you
get
might
that
get a
critical.
crit. Yeah.
Sure, let's
Good
find out.
No
Nope.
crit.
I'll take a 30. That is...
Can hit a god with that accuracy.
13 damage.
All right.
Nice.
Blasts into the Mephit.
I forgot to drop it on.
It manages to keep concentration on the fiery spell. So the heat is still there in Ace's hands. Dr. Carey.
All right, so I'm gonna use my action, cast that message spell. So the shadow, the hench cadet that I saw up in the eye stalk, I will communicate with, and I'll say, "Fire in the galley. Ryback is dead. Get Vina and go help now." That was around 19 words.
She's in the other shaft. It's not connected. It'll be. How many words? I shouldn't be answering, but oh my god, idiot!
And I think that's probably all I can do.
Okay. The last Mephit, as a bonus action, is going to burn Ace again with the sword that he continues to hold. I believe are you going to choose to keep holding on to that? Or are you going to let it
I'm going to drop it. I don't want to keep getting burnt. He's dumb, but he's not that dumb.
Okay.
He's not die from holding a sword, dumb.
Yeah. Not the brightest, but burn me twice. Shame on me and all that.
Okay, and then as his fire breath has recharged, he's going to
Jesus.
flame McKevin, Estria, and Axel with his fiery breath.
Oh, I see.
All right.
And though everyone again avoids the worst of the blaze, it is hot
Damn,
stuff.
consistent 10.
So 5 damage. Fire damage, particularly to each of you. Okay, we're kind of going over time here, guys. Are you guys all okay to push through to try and get to the end of this combat and leave things in a nice tidy point, or you want to leave things here? I think we can do it within 5
If you're good, I'm
minutes.
good.
Yeah, I'm okay with continue.
I'm good.
Win? You good?
As long as you're not going to pull in 6 more monsters. At the
I'm
end here.
not. I'm not.
Yeah.
There's one Mephit left.
Let's do
I
it.
think we can handle him.
All right.
Let's go.
Cricklet is going to pull out Thrycreen Gichka and come in from behind and attack it. It's going to dance out of the way, though. I think he has multi-attack though, so he's going to attack again. Catching up
He's got multi-attack? What the?
with the second slash. Unable to break the concentration, Ace's rapier continues to sizzle.
I sadly look down at it, red hot.
With his pistol, Fred's gonna try and take another long shot at the Mephit. Oh no, that's not good.
Oh,
It's fine. You feel like the wind come past your ear there, Axel, but it doesn't actually tear your ear off.
Fred's lucky. That's all I gotta say.
All right, and McKevin's gonna fire 3 magic missiles into
nice.
the Mephit.
Just don't miss.
Blasting it from the sky.
Nice work, McKevin.
He killed Ryback. They killed Ryback, and Ryback, he gave me pudding.
He was a good man.
Estria's gonna turn to Kevin and be like, "Who killed Ryback?" Very coldly.
The devils. The devils did. Yep.
Where did they come from?
Wasn't here when that happened. Just came when the smoke was here.
Where were the others?
Well, Cricklet and Fred were upstairs.
Yes, they were with us. They were with us, yeah. But Vina and her friends.
They said they went
Haven't seen-
fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah.
That's the best use of their time or on a mission in a hostile area? Where are they?
I mean, I don't question Vina. She's mean.
That's exactly why you should question.
I'm kind of skinny.
But you just killed that demon.
I shouldn't use magic on Vina, though, should I?
It may come to that one day.
I'm not
ever
saying-
discount that.
No, but you'll have to grow a spine, McKevin. But first, I'll do it for you, and I will speak to Vina. It's unacceptable.
Okay. I'll, I mean, is Ryback, is he gonna make it?
Oh, he's
Estria's
thoroughly
gonna
dead.
shake her head.
No more chocolate pudding.
It would seem so.
One of these barrels isn't just full of chocolate pudding.
there might be some portable wrapped chocolate puddings in there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say at 4:15 we stop. Is everyone good to do that extra 6 minutes?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So, some short time later, first one of Vina's flunkies, Ermin, arrives. And I imagine that Carrie can use message to easily find in the other tentacle pods Vina and Ermin's twin,
Yeah,
Dallas.
she mentioned they were there.
Are you going to message them to get down to the galley?
Yes. If I can sense that the first one didn't contact the others, yes, I would also message them. And
Yeah, the shafts don't intercommunicate, so
yeah, but they can't like shout across the astral void. I mean, are they in like little bubbles?
Oh, I guess they kind of could. Yeah, because they're kind of like the windows open. Sure, she didn't think of it because I didn't think of it. So
Yeah. But I could shout at the next one to scream
okay,
across.
yes. Then given they think of it, and so with one communication, Vina and Dallas head down the shafts, and within a few minutes, they've joined you there in the gruesome scene of the galley where Ryback's corpse is located.
While they're being summoned, Zominius would examine the examine Rabbick's corpse and see exactly how he died,
Sure.
if
Go
you
ahead.
can.
Yep.
13.
You can tell from the area there was actually a dead mephit near his corpse where it was originally, where you found it originally. There's a corpse. There's another splatter of fiery magma stain there, which you put 2 and 2 together that Ryback must have killed before
Mm-hmm.
succumbing. There are multiple burn wounds all over his body, but there also seems to be like one major burn from some type of explosive that must have left him on the verge of death as well. And that, when you see that, the scorch marks from the stove obscure it somewhat, but there is a pattern to some type of explosion having happened, originating from, you think, the stove, from what you can tell from looking at Ryback's body.
Okay. Looks like one of these creatures caught him by surprise and breathed flame over him and the stove, causing it to explode. I'm guessing. Poor man didn't even know what hit him, probably, before he was half dead, burned, on fire, with no one to watch his back.
You do think that the one big explosion, it looks like a different type of burn from the other many burn marks over his body, like a dry burn, you might describe it as, like intense light type of thing, or a magical burn rather than
like radiance.
Yeah, type of thing.
He doesn't. He stays quiet, but then I think Dr. Carey might hear a voice in his head, in her head, as Zominius casts message and says, "I see there might be a different type of light, a type of heat, radiant heat, perhaps. I want your eyes on this at some point, Doctor. See if your skill with magic might determine there's a different source here. It's worrisome."
I could come. Let me call you right back. And she'll hang up on that message, and she'll call up McKevin, who's standing right there. McKevin, report to the deck. You'll be taking the helm.
Oh, you don't want me down here to, he kind of just talking to himself. You don't want me to keep eyes on, I'm coming. Yeah, okay. You see McKevin's kind of looking for his eyes. Can someone put that was really helpful, the laddery, sticky thing. I'm not sure I can get up that shaft by myself.
Sticky thing.
Okay.
Are you talking about Fred?
No, the rope ladder that was ripped down by Axel.
Oh, okay, yeah. Zominius will cast guidance on Axel and be like, "Axel, can you put that back up, please? We'll need our freedom of movement if possible."
He will listen to Zoe, but everyone notices that he's like dragging the bodies of these methods behind him, like ripping them apart pretty like piece by piece, and then he's gonna like try to do that.
Yeah, unless you're busy, of course. Ask Ace to do it.
I'm pretty sure those guys are dead.
Okay, that can just happen. That's fine. That's being
well.
Yeah. So just pushing through. Does anyone else want to get eyes on this area? Or is this...
So my intent is just to make sure the ship keeps moving with McKevin in the helm, and I'll come down as soon as he does.
Yes. Okay. Sorted.
Arcana.
You can look at Arcana. Certainly, looking at the area could also be looked at with investigation to get an understanding of
all right.
What might be.
Oh wait, let me put guidance on you real fast.
Yep. I like Oof, natural 20 for 28.
Nice.
Right.
There we go.
Okay. Well, I have to respect the natural 20. Let me just info dump you.
Sweet.
The origin of the fire is certainly the cooking surface of Ryback's portable stove. However, you know that the surface is incapable of producing the explosion that you can see marking the area, which must have left Ryback nearly dead. Nor could it have in any way brought the Mephits here, nor could they have come here by themselves. You think that their appearance within the area is due to some type of summoning magic from what you can detect from the traces around the area, and that must have been some type of separate spell to the blast that set things originally on fire and probably left Ryback on the brink of death. You believe that the initial explosion might have been some type of ward, perhaps left like a trap on the stove that upon using it has blown up in Ryback's face. You believe this is an assassination, not an accident.
These, do you see these traces right here? They're just like the doorways from the spelljamming training chamber.
It would seem we either have a traitor amongst us or a stowaway. Either way, it's not looking too good.
Though I would love to push on a little bit longer, that is where we'll leave things.
I don't.
All right.
Good spot.
Good spot.
Okay. Fantastic work, guys. I look forward very much to coming back and continuing on after the holidays. We'll be having a break now over Christmas, and we'll be back on what was the date? You know the date?
I think it's the 12th.
The 12th. The 12th of January. Okay.
The 12th?
So,
Okay.
yes, enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you on the other side of things.
Happy holidays.
Hey.
Happy holidays.
Bye, guys.
Happy holidays. You all have a good night.
Good session. Good game.
It's great.
Good game, guys.
Yeah. Real fun.